The Donald not only took the Strait of Hormuz, but is officially designating it as a United States territory. Islam is in shambles. Women are crashing out all over the internet right now because all the Foids seem to be directly and openly supporting a woman that murdered her own children because obviously it must be the husband's fault or something. The Taliban were proven completely correct about everything. All right, this intro is going off the walls. We have to talk about the invasion of Sneekos into our nations as they keep electing Mamdanis. It's truly a diabolical upturn of events. Everything is going just as planned by someone nefarious, probably. But ultimately, we have some pretty insanely good updates for you on various battlefields. So lock in, subscribe. Definitely, if you can, support me on Patreon. That would be appreciated. All my videos are demonetized on YouTube. Unfortunately, I've said things that are unfortunately true. And I also have a very controversial stance where I think that rape is bad. Now, YouTube seems to not share my viewpoint on this, so therefore I am not making money here anymore. So if you can support me on Patreon, that would be awesome. Also, I stream on Kick and on Rumble every day almost, and we're cooking every day. The cookage continues. It's time to have a cripple fight. Cripple fight, baby! All the biggest losers are catching L's. The Donald is closing the book on this chapter of history. There are no talks or conversations going on or scheduled with the Islamic Republic of Iran. The naval blockade remains in full force and effect. The Hormuz Strait is open and operating. All water mines have been removed or detonated. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Obviously, this is very good news for everyone involved, and the truth of the matter is, he's right. We have over 1,000 boats that have already passed through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is still losing hundreds of millions of dollars a day because of the naval blockade. People are complaining that things are taking a long time, but things are taking a long time of literally us winning and them dying. Now, I know that people are literally counting the minutes for the war to end, even though the war going on is just essentially them dying, them slowly drowning in their own blood, gargling, Mr. President, please remove that orange from my throat, please, Mr. President, please, you must. And the Donald just kind of leaves it in there. Anyway, the Donald made this tweet, which a lot of people are noticing. All right, he made a little circle around the Strait of Hormuz saying, hey, new U.S. territory, guys, the Strait of Hormuz. Now, a lot of people are not very happy about this because they're like, oh my God, we're not imperialists. We're not allowed to conquer other nations. And then Iran is like, Mr. President, please take your dick out of our ass. And Mr. President is just like, that's not my dick. And everyone slowly turns their head to Scott Bessent. Anyway, POTUS had this to say on the USS Lincoln.
Is there enough food on the USS Lincoln?
Yeah, it is. That was a CNN fake report. The Lincoln has been out there for a period of time, good period of time. But over the years, we've had them out there much longer. I was at a group meeting, and an admiral came up to see me over the weekend. And it was at a big group, and he happened to be an admiral retired. He said, I've been on ships that are out there much longer than that, sir. And I know people on the Lincoln, they say it's beautifully maintained and beautifully taken care of.
But that's so weird, because Iran said that they literally struck the USS Lincoln and destroyed it and killed all our people.
And other people went out and they found out to be true. It was fake news reporting from CNN.
That is correct. CNN has been reporting how we're dying and our people are dying and we're out of missiles and our ships are on fire. And Iran is like, we are winning the war, they say, as they, obviously they remove themselves from their nearby goat. They put the camera on and then they say, we are winning the war. You believe me? And then CNN's like, we believe you. And then Sneeko's like, astaghfirullah, I'm eating pork again on stream. I totally forgot pork was illegal. Anyway, so POTUS had this to say on the Strait of Hormuz.
I just think it's a great idea, yeah. I mean, we control it. We control it with the blockade. We have a blockade. We control it with the blockade. And I like the idea of declaring it a territory.
That's right.
We have total...
We might just make it ours. I don't know if you're aware. But no! Under international law, you're literally not allowed to do literally anything cool at all. We all have to be homosexual forever. We need infinite gay sex. That's what international law says, Mr. President. Are you going to violate international law and not have gay sex? Yes. Yes, we are going to violate international law. You know why? Because international law is fake and gay. I'm sorry. What is the purpose of law if not the ability to enforce shit? And you can't enforce shit on the strongest country on the planet. By the definition of law, you don't have any power over us.
control over the strait. Now, they can be a nuisance. They can put a mine in the water, and people don't like having mines hit their billion-dollar ships.
I don't like that. Yeah, not a fan.
But the blockade has been very effective. And, we're taking out, now maybe that will stop, or maybe it'll open up even further, but we're taking out millions of barrels of oil.
Next Tyler Oliveira video. Today we're crossing the Strait of Hormuz.
A week, if you look at the kind of numbers that we're doing, the strait is open, and the oil prices are coming down, and they will continue to come down unless we decide to do something far more drastic than we're doing. Iran is in big trouble.
Nick Shirley gonna go investigate the child daycares in Iran. Ma'am, it says here you have 83 children registered to this daycare, but you only have ballistic missiles. Like, oh, no, ballistic missiles, no problem.
They have
Mr. Shirley.
300% inflation.
Nothing to see.
The country's a mess. And
Yeah, their economy's dead. Their military's gone. We have their wall of steel. We're using the Strait of Hormuz. It's total and utter victory. We obliterated their nuclear sites. Now we're essentially just kind of waiting for them to either cry uncle or die. And we have time, and they don't, because every day they are literally losing hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, it is pretty entertaining to watch them flounder around and watch people in America make believe that we're losing, even though we obviously won. But it is very funny. Now, in this very same speech over here, the Donald took down one of the most diabolical reporters a reporter went out there, pulled the classic CNN shtick, was disrespectful to the president of the United States, most powerful man in the free world. And let's just say it ended very badly.
Quiet. You're very disrespectful in front of this young man.
That's right.
Okay? Don't you find her disrespectful? He understands. Quiet. Who are you with?
I'm with CNN.
Fake news. You're fake news. You're a loud, boisterous
That's
person.
right.
You're fake news. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Go to the kitchen. Make your husband a sandwich. What are we doing? He put a woman in her place. It's not the first time he's done that. I don't know if you're aware, but his track record against women is literally 10-0 at this point. There is not a woman alive that could stand up to the Donald.
Be quiet. You're a fake reporter, and you report fake news. Go ahead.
Mr. President, is there
Just absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Now, the left is very mad. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe the president of the United States is disrespectful to a lady whose network literally calls him a rapist every day. Wow. Disrespectful to a woman whose network calls him a rapist every day. Wow, what an unthinkable thing to do. Now, my stance is actually, they should always use the CNN as decoys, specifically when they're doing like operations regarding Iran. All right, we should always tell Iran, I am going to be traveling exactly at 8 p.m. and I will be doing it on this plane. It'll be me and all of the CNN guys. I'm just saying, we need Dean Withers to stand up for this queen immediately. Oh, unless he's like dealing with his own rape allegations or something like that, which we will talk about. Anyway, so Secretary Marco Rubio, first of his name, absolute Giga Chad, decided to drop the ultimate nuke. Last month, I launched a diplomatic campaign to dismantle the ICC's threat to our national sovereignty. That's the International Criminal Court. It's essentially a lot of homosexuals and Muslims got together to basically make believe that they have some sort of dictatorial power over our nation. All right, I explain things in the way that they are. I'm not going to be like, a lot of different nations got together. They decided they were going to put up a court so that everyone actually acts nice to each other and sings kumbaya around the campfire, and they all just sing to each other, and it's love. No, actually, it's not that at all. It's a bunch of homosexuals that decided to get together and be like, wait a second, we're powerless and gay. How do we get the United States to be our bitch? And then they try, and it doesn't work. The Trump administration is sanctioning the ICC president, Tomoko Akane, and a senior trial lawyer, Abdoulaye Seye. Sounds like the type of guy that I would want to control my country. In our unwavering mission to protect Americans from the sham of a court and honor a Declaration of Independence, Americans will never be transported beyond seas to be tried for pretend offenses. Absolute cinema. And as you can see, this is a pathetic lawless stunt that shields American war criminals and trashes the rule of law. Law says, Idris Ali Deis. Again, the reason why the third world is mad about this is because the only power that they actually have over our nation is bureaucratic bullshit. That's the only power they actually have over us. All right, the international criminal the international cuck court, the international cuck counselors, they get out there and they decide to come together. All the sneakos are really upset. sneakos want us to be held accountable by random sneakos in the third world or something. Now, everyone's saying, oh my God, Trump is losing everything. He started a war that he won massively and stopped our enemy from having nukes. And it's terrible for him. No one's going to vote for him ever. The 2026 Florida primary election day just started. Votes are rolling in now as we are live. This is insane. So if you actually look at the stats, 63.8% of votes are right-wing and only 28% are Democrats. Now, as much as the GOP sucks, no one sucks like the Democrats. Right? They suck men, women, sometimes animals in specific Cenk Younger instances. Like, these guys are diabolical. All right? We are slaughtering them. Like, a lot of people are still trying to make believe Florida's a swing state. Florida's a purple state. It's not. Florida's a red state. Now, there's a reason for this, actually, that no one wants to talk about out loud, but I will. All right? And you can look this up. This is a true fact. It's because the conservative Jewish community in Florida grew a lot, and now it's a red state. That's literally all there is to it. It's actually that simple. It's actually just that simple. The Cubans and the Jews basically turned Florida into a red state overnight. That's literally what happened. Anyway, so Republicans flocking to the Florida polls in stunning numbers.
Special legislative session. The new boundaries have forced some longtime office holders into more competitive contests. One of those races includes Democratic Socialist-backed House candidate Oliver Larkin going after establishment Democratic Representative Jared Moskowitz. That race marks the last major primary for the DSA.
No! You mean to tell me that they don't want communists in Florida? Florida's the best state, by the way. I don't know who needed to hear it, but it literally is just the best state out there. Now, to all the people that are trying to do their absolute best, running in circles because they absolutely hate our nation, of course. These guys are still fighting to demoralize our entire party and world, because after Charlie Kirk was brutally assassinated, one of the most horrible instances I think I've ever seen in my entire life, and his entire family was absolutely destroyed by this horrible event that took place, all of his, quote, best friends decided to destroy his family and nation. So the Candace squad and the Tucker squad are not doing very well. So obviously we're winning a war against Iran. And this is what Tucker had to say about nuclear weapons, because he's something of an investigator himself.
And let me just indulge my theory, which I can't control myself from talking about.
Run, baby.
You've heard it before, but I think nuclear weapons, which I don't think were created by people. Sorry.
What do you mean by that, Tucker? What do you mean by that, though?
I don't care how many movies they make about it. I don't believe
You
that.
didn't see Oppenheimer?
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't watch that crap. I wouldn't let that into my head for 1 second. But anyway, because it's all lies. But anyway.
It's all lies. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, now I'm getting really crazy, but it's all true. What I'm saying is true. I think once man possessed the power, or believed he possessed the power, to destroy everything that's alive, I think that he rejected God. Like, that is kind of like that's rejection of God, and like everything changed after that. People became convinced they were gods, and that's when the true craziness started. It's not the 60s, or the Obama years or whatever you want era. It's like post-nuclear weapons. That's what I believe. And
yeah, he thinks that demons invented nukes. He's literally a leftist, by the way. Right? He is literally a leftist. Now, no one can take this seriously. According to Tucker, what Tucker Carlson wants to do is denuclearize America. You know what that means? That means that Russia and China and North Korea will all have nuclear weapons and we won't. Okay? That's what he's saying, essentially. All right? Because they're not denuclearizing. All right? Because it was made by demons. Now, very famous endorsed candidate of Tucker Carlson. Tucker, Nick Fuentes, Asmongold, Tyler Oliveira, all like the big YouTuber guys, basically. They all endorse James Fishback for Florida. And I mean, it's not over yet, but this is where we're at so far, with 51% going for Byron Donald, and in fourth place, 6% for James Fishback. These people are vastly overestimating their actual influence here. Tucker Carlson wants to run as a third party for president. It's like, brother, this is diabolical if I've ever seen it. Like, bro, These are irrelevant people that everyone thinks are important as they shred our country from the inside by talking about how Israel used Sumerian time-traveling technology to kill Charlie Kirk. And you want to know his evidence that Israel is satanic and evil? Get ready for this one. This is a truth nuke that you're not aware of.
How could this happen? Well, because for some Israelis, a significant number of Israelis, Christian iconography is considered deeply offensive. In fact, the most offensive.
Oh, my.
So offensive
Oh,
that
my.
in some Israeli religious schools, the plus sign is not used in math.
Wow. They don't add numbers in Israel. Did you not know this? Because the plus looks a little like a cross. So in Israel, they don't use plus signs. You didn't know about this.
The plus sign, that connotes addition. Why?
So what do they do? What do they do, guys? They just mash them together?
It looks like a cross. And that's considered too offensive for the eyes of school children, and so an inverted T is used. That's a fact. You can look it up.
Yeah, it is a fact. You should look it up, actually. A couple of radical, mega, hyper-Orthodox schools do this. Less than 1% of schools do this. It is a tiny, itty-bitty, tiny amount of people that do this. I have never, ever seen this ever in my life. All right, never. All right, and I've been to Israel, and I've checked out a bunch of places and stuff like that. I've never seen this. This is wild.
There's only one other instance we've seen of this in the world, and that's in ISIS-run madrasas.
Holy shit. So Israel's as bad as ISIS because less than 0.1% of hyper-religious schools don't use a plus sign. They use an inverted T instead because they don't want to draw Christian iconography. Just like how ISIS genocides Christians throughout the Middle East. It's literally the same. It's literally the same if you think about it, actually. I know this probably surprises you. ISIS and Muslims broadly genociding Christians throughout the Middle East. The Christian population dwindled in every single Muslim country ever. The Christian population increased by 414% in Israel. Okay? It quadrupled in the only non-Muslim country in the area. I just want to make this clear. Now, this is going to be shocking to you, but there are schools that don't use a plus sign, so obviously that's worse to Christians. I know, it's pretty diabolical actually if you even think about it. Now, the people are not doing very well over the Candace Owens debate. So Candace Owens recently debated Andrew Wilson, got absolutely humiliated. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, but Andrew Wilson didn't even know all the charges." My hot take actually is, I don't really actually fucking care if he knew all the charges or not. All right, Candace Owens was not able to present one shred of evidence for anything. She was out there sitting pretty, talking about how actually she price gauged her way into a monstrosity position where she truly believed that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. She has no evidence for it, but she believes it, and you can't tell her what to believe. And if you are trying to get her to believe something else, then you are a fascist, and she obviously has the right to believe whatever she wants to believe. Are you saying she doesn't have the right to believe whatever she wants to believe? Are you implying that she's not allowed to think? Well, I wish she would, actually. Now, anyway,
Candace is a winner. No doubt. No doubt Candace walked away a winner. She walked away a winner on every claim, on every count. You can say all you want, Smoke Boy, that she doesn't have any evidence. It's irrelevant. She's allowed to have an opinion.
it's so bad, bro. And her defenders are like, "You absolute fool. You think just because she has zero evidence to any of her claims, that means she loses? She can have any opinion she wants. Even if that is that Erica Kirk worked with Sumerian time travelers and Israeli French legionnaires to time travel and kill Charlie Kirk. Yeah, she has the right to think that. That's right. Yeah, and who are you to disagree? Now, Sneeko, all right, Sneeko decided to show up on his show to talk about a new theory. Did the Jews eat Charlie Kirk?
We're done with this, you know?
I've seen you say that on X, saying that they probably ate Charlie Kirk, and then you also posted a video. At first, I'm like, okay, come on. Then there's a video, I think it was an agent or someone said that he put his hand on Charlie Kirk and tasted his blood. And he's saying this on a podcast. Like, wait, I'm like, so he did eat Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, no, he ingested Charlie Kirk. Now we're going to argue about, is that eats? Do you need teeth? He literally, the guy.
No one is arguing this.
Car with him.
No one is arguing this.
Ben Shapiro in the car as he's bleeding out. That makes no
Holy
sense.
shit.
He goes,
Why would they call Ben Shapiro if not to partake in eating Charlie Kirk? You absolute fools. All right, again, this is what we're dealing. This is the high IQ that we are dealing with out here. Mr. Z4U, thanks for the 5 subs. All right. Realistically, these guys are coping. Now, Ben Shapiro, soon to no longer be top Jew because we are taking his spot, had this to say. So the Candace Owens versus Andrew Wilson debate made everyone dumber. No, not every debate is illuminating or clarifying. In order for a debate to be useful, 2 preconditions apply. 1, you're not debating a self-evidently retarded proposition. I'm not allowed to say that word on YouTube. I'm an idiot. 2, the participants care about the truth at some fundamental level. Neither precondition was present here. Anyway, this is Ben Shapiro being a dumbass. Yes, this is an unbelievably bad take. This is such a bad take. All right. Now, my stance is very simple. Erica Kirk lost her husband. Unbelievable tragedy. Candace Owens ruined her life. All right. Not unironically, Candace Owens ruined her life, destroyed the movement, is completely evil. For some reason, people assume by the fact that she has a hour-long show every single day for the last 11 months, people assume she actually has evidence. Okay? People assume that she might have evidence to the things she says because, you know, she's been running a show every single day for the last 11 months. And the reality is she didn't. All right? That is the point of this debate. All right? Now, ultimately, Andrew Wilson, he went out there and I think he was a rock star for doing it. But he spent $300,000. He got an unbelievable amount of, I guess, advertisement from this. Everyone's talking about it. That's 1. And 2, he's a patriot. It's his money. He can do whatever he wants with his money. All right? I don't care. Oh, some people be like, oh, I bought a Porsche with my $300,000. That is a vain dipshit that buys a Porsche with their $300,000. This dude took $300K and went out there and asked Candace Owens questions, and everyone knows that she has no evidence for any of the things she says. The purpose of this debate was not to convince Candace Owens. The purpose of this debate was to let it be clear on the record that she has zero evidence to anything that she says. That's what it is. And ultimately, my stance is that this is kind of a bad take. A really bad take. A Ben Shapiro L. So you should subscribe so we can surpass Ben Shapiro and become top Jew. All right, we will get there. And I think this is honestly just a pretty bad take, ultimately. Now, anyway, Candace Owens' show versus debate were very different. And the reason why this debate is so good is because you will always be able to contrast the things she says in her own soapbox, protected by her comfy 4 walls and delusions and voices in her head, in my opinion. You will always be able to contrast that with what she says when asked any question at all.
Overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. And 2, Candace's belief that there's overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson was a patsy and didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Why is it that we should go with this idea that it was a patsy?
I'm not saying that we should go with the idea that it was a patsy. I am saying that there is...
I thought that was the whole defense, your whole claim?
No, Tyler Robinson, they're going to convict him, right? They found their patsy. They're going to make it work.
The alleged shooter, you think they're a patsy?
Of course, they're a patsy. A patsy, which is what Tyler Robinson is. Tyler was a patsy. I maintain that. What we all suspected, that Tyler Robinson is indeed a patsy. I'm not saying that we should go with the idea that it was a patsy.
Was Lance Twiggs' DNA on the rifle, as far as you know?
Prints which were found on the gun, which of course included Lance Twiggs. More evidence that Lance Twiggs simply took Tyler Robinson's family heirloom of a gun and helped the feds set him up as a patsy. More of his DNA than Tyler's on the gun.
And there was none.
More overwhelming evidence that Lance Twiggs did this crime. Lance Twiggs has his DNA on the rifle. Well, it's Tyler's rifle, but Lance's DNA is more prominent. How does that happen?
Was Lance Twiggs' DNA on the rifle, as far as you know?
We can't say that for certainty.
As far as you know.
For certainty. We can't say that for certainty.
Can't say that for certainty.
So no, as far as you know.
We can't say that for certainty until we know what other the 5 sets of prints were on.
So that would be no, as far as you know.
We can't say that for certainty.
Right there.
Unbelievable.
It's impossible for me to think that Erica Kirk is not complicit somehow.
That Tyler Robinson was 100% responsible for the death of Charlie Kirk. Let's just say she believed it with every fiber of her being, believed all the evidence, because she did. She just actually did. Would it then follow that somehow she's complicit in his death?
I didn't say implicit in death. Amount of evidence that is now piling up against Erica Kirk, I've seen enough. Erica Kirk should be dragged into a police precinct. I'm at the point right now, I want Erica to just drop a book like, If I Did Do It, you know, like OJ did. If I Did Do It by Erica Kirk, the Black Widow, the CEO. And I think Erica is calculated. And I want to say to JD Vance, you better wake up fast, okay? That's a Black Widow, my friend. You will get bit. I didn't say complicit in death.
I didn't say complicit in death. This is the point of the debate. And this is why this entire, like, dipshit right-wing segment of our country is completely collapsing right now. Because you will always be able to contrast these views.
You added those 2 words. Tyler Robinson, we can exclusively confirm to you all, drove 3 hours away from Orem, Utah, down to Panguitch, Utah. Grabbed himself a seat at the bar at this steakhouse, and he ordered himself some more food.
So there's no evidence that Tyler was at that steakhouse?
I would say the receipt with his debit card number, it would be some hard evidence. I have confirmed that happened. Again, there was a literal receipt.
Oh,
There's a literal receipt for that because, as we said...
A literal receipt? That I don't have.
With his debit card.
Is there proof that that was actually his debit card that he paid with?
I think you should follow the person that is...
Well, the reason I'm asking you is because you always include it in your timeline.
Miserable!
Timeline to get from Orem down to Panguitch. And as soon as he got done and bought himself a steak down in Panguitch, we broke a story that Tyler was eating a steak down in Panguitch and drives 3 hours down to Panguitch.
So should that be added in an official timeline that you give?
It's in my timeline. It's my show, and we can add and subtract what we
I
want.
have the right to put anything on the timeline that I want at all. And he wrestled some monkeys. He wrestled monkeys. I put that in my timeline. Do you have any evidence? I have the right to think whatever I want to think, Andrew. I have the right to think whatever I want to think.
And we do. If
you
we
can
get
do what you
wrong,
want, sure, but
cool,
I'm
I just wanted to
asking,
make sure.
should you include a thing that you know hasn't actually been verified to be Tyler Robinson's?
Yes, you should. If we're trying to build a timeline, you should.
Now, you have stated multiple times that you believe that Israel's involved in the death of Charlie Kirk.
Can you give me...
Yes, we can pull up the clip.
That's what all of the evidence and all of the behavior points to, is Israel's involvement. Those of us who believe that there is mounting evidence that Israel put a hit on
Israel!
I think France and Israel are involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I'm going to put that out there with full confidence.
Full
So
confidence.
If you think that Israel and France were involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and you say with full confidence, I'm just asking for the evidence, or at least walk me through the mindset of why it is that you can think that with
I actually
evidence.
don't have to walk you through why I think.
Between 0 to 100, what is the likelihood that you think Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk and killed him? Candace?
0%.
0%.
I'm at 0.
There is a possibility in the next few months that you may come out and say, guys, it's done. Tyler killed him.
Yeah.
So you're saying yes to that.
Yeah.
I think it's very important for the audience here that from
Without question. 0%.
you. 0%.
I'm at 0.
My belief.
Yeah, so that is why this debate needed to happen. These clips need to exist, okay? And forever in the future, they exist. And here's the real kicker, and this is where I really wanted to tie this segment to a close. Any person that is supporting Candace Owens right now is forever controlled opposition. Forever. Anyone that's on her side, that's not willing to say that she's an evil bitch, liar, anyone that's still saying that maybe she actually has a point, anyone is a fraud. All of them. There is no exception, all right? And they will never be trusted ever again. Ever. All right, every once in a while, there's something so big that happens that you can never trust them again. This is one of those things, all right? And I think this is why the debate is so freaking good for our country, okay? Just want to make that clear, okay? Oh, we would like to call the country of Israel to the stand. Did you kill Charlie Kirk? Yeah, so the reality is very simple. All the people that are on Candace Owens' side saying that she has points, I hear both sides. It was a good debate. Both sides made good points. I understand both opinions. Anyone that is a fence sitter is a grifter. And anyone that's on her side is a dipshit or a liar. I want to make that very clear. Dave Smith says that she won. My stance is I can never trust Dave Smith again. All right? It's literally that simple, actually. And I'm really glad that this debate happened. I am not making friends by having statements and making these statements known to the world, but I think it's very important that things like this are actually said because the truth is very simple. The truth is that she had nothing, and that anyone that supports her knows she had nothing, but likes the narrative so much, likes their feelings so much, that they would rather blame the Jews than destroy the left. And in my opinion, those guys need to get fucking obliterated from orbit. That's my opinion. And I don't need to tell you evidence to this. I could actually just say it's my opinion. I have the right to an opinion. It's my show. It's my show. I have the right to have my opinion on my show. It's my opinion. Like, and a lot of people ask me why I'm not harder on Patrick Bet-David specifically in this debate, because he was like unbiased moderator on both sides, but he seemingly was on Candace's side the entire time, and it's simple. It's because he's a numbers guy. He's a numbers guy, and Candace has bigger numbers, so he likes those numbers. He's going to alienate those numbers by taking the other side of the numbers debate. You know how many numbers Candace Owens has? She has numbers coming out of her ass. And he's a numbers guy. He'll take the side with the numbers. Now, we've been making a lot of fun of Candace Owens and her community of absolute diabolical morons coming together to believe in the most unbelievable things ever because their feelings told them that that's how they have to operate. These emotional humans that just operate on whimsy alone. Well, today, we are going to be signing our Taliban apology form. Maybe they were right about women. Anyway... That's one way to start a video. Anyway, Lindsey Clancy is a very famous story going very viral right now on the internet. And this is, I think, the most viral thing happening right now. We need to talk about it. And in my opinion, it's super important to bring awareness to the level of emotional damage women are inflicting upon society. Lindsey Clancy admitted in court to killing her 3 children, murdering them, actually, strangled them one after another, while the rest of them watched. All right, are you aware? All right, her fans already raised $715,000 in donation for a woman that strangled 3 of her own children. Now, we have a lot to talk about, baby, and I am very excited to dive into it. All right, someone in my chat told me that they were just banned from Hasan's chat for asking Hasan to debate me. No, Hasan is scared of me. He's terrified of me. I'm the Lord Voldemort of the Hasan community. Now, anyway, Hasan's community and Candace's community suspiciously very much support Lindsey Clancy, it seems. Weird. It is apparently over 900,000 right now, and we have to talk about this. Now, prosecutor, Lindsey Clancy killed the kids. Defense, my client killed the kids. Husband, my wife killed the kids. Lindsey Clancy, I killed the kids. TikTok, it was the husband. And it's like, well, this seems like a massive caricature. This seems like a hyper exaggeration of what's actually going on. Well, what if I told you that it's so much worse than you could possibly imagine, and it is super important to actually discuss this. Now, there is a reason why this needs to be discussed. And it's for the same reason that it needed to be discussed that after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the leftoids all came out to cheer. Operation Let Them Speak is one of the most effective operations known to man, and it works really well. The absolute idiots come out and say their opinions, which really opens our eyes to exactly what is going on. So, this is the woman who killed 3 children, sobbing as she was shown in court the cord that she used to strangle them.
Yellow exercise band found with Dawson. First, the pajama pants. Pajama shirt.
I can't even imagine this, by the way.
And then the pink robe. These markers, one exhibit.
They may be admitted.
I can't even imagine this level of evil. Like, I'm literally sick to my stomach.
Thank you.
Right, and that's the mother that strangled her own kids.
And then Dawson's clothing.
And she's crying. Oh, baby. Oh, man, she's crying. Guys, a woman is crying. Quick, tear up the Constitution. Tear up the Constitution. There's a woman crying. So the full story is after she brutally murdered her own children. So the actual story is as follows. She sent her husband out on an errand, so her husband would not be home at the time. Okay? In other words, this was premeditated. She took her 3 children into the basement, strangled all 3 of them, one after the other, then felt bad, I guess, and tried to kill herself by jumping out of the window, where she didn't die, but crippled herself. This is not up for debate. This is not allegedly. This happened. Okay, just to be clear. I can't even look at this. Literally, I can't even look at this. I'm sick to my stomach. This is the most unbelievable shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, important to understand exactly what's going on. All right, so, and she's crying, and everyone's freaking out that she's crying in court, sobbing uncontrollably.
At the wrist with tape of injuries such as bruising or abrasions. And what about
And you hear her crying.
Injuries?
All right, Counsel,
Now, this was broadcasted to the Candace Owens cult, baby. This was broadcasted to the people on the internet that are women that think that real-life true crime podcast situations are actually whatever they want them to be. That's right. They are so involved in the endless, mindless true crime drivel fiction slop that they think every story needs to end exactly the same way. And when they see a woman crying because her children are dead, well, the women on the internet have decided it's actually the husband's fault. How is it the husband's fault? Well, I don't know, but this is a woman and she's crying and her kids are dead. So we gotta blame the husband. All right, now just to understand, this has 396,000 likes on TikTok. Likes, not views. That means this probably has like 4 million views, but it has 396,000 likes. She's about to be jailed for life for something her husband did. Right? She's, oh my God. Except her husband didn't do it. This is the brain rot generation that we're living in, and we are living in a society where our women are regarded. That's literally as simple as that. That's all it is. That's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. The women are regarded these days. What do you want me to say? The Candace Owens community, all right, the people that are supporting this type of shit, it is heartbreaking. Now, they're not just, in my opinion, dumbass is not the right word. I see some people saying that they're stupid, they're dumb. They're not stupid, they're not dumb. They are manipulated. They're literally manipulated, all right? And this is a mass manipulation campaign on our generation of women into thinking that this shit makes sense. All men are obviously bad, so obviously this woman who's crying is obviously the victim, because all women that are crying are victims, and they should all be believed forever. All right, this is literally being taught to them. All right, make lobotomies great again. No, but the point that I'm trying to make is that we are dealing with a generation of women that, and to be blunt, a generation of women that kill their own kids. All right, I don't think people realize the extent of evil that we're dealing with here. All right, most women vote for leftist policies. Most women vote for abortion. All right. 1/4 of women in America are just like this lady here that strangled her own children. Yeah. Oh, but they did it in the womb, so it's better, I guess. I hope you understand exactly what we're dealing with. I hope you understand that we're dealing with a generation of women that were manipulated into thinking that murdering your own children is actually good in certain aspects. All right, so the truth of the matter is, yeah, I see a lot of people in chat unhappy with how hard I'm going on this. I see some people say, well, she shouldn't go to jail. She should go to a mental institution. No, she should be executed. I'm sorry. Now, I want to make something clear. There is such a thing as postpartum depression. All right, a lot of women, after they give birth, their hormonal imbalances are bad and out of whack, and they get depressed and stuff like that. They still have free will, and she's a murderer, and she should be executed, period. All right, that's all I have to say. All right, and I don't actually care. Yeah. Oh, but she was depressed. Yeah, well, depressed people shouldn't just be able to murder people. So shut up. Now, anyway, it gets worse. Shoe on Head finally discovers how evil the left is. If you were dating a woman, ask her about this viral case being talked about where a woman strangled 3 of her kids to death. If she is on her side or thinks the husband did it, her brains have been fried by TikTok and you need to break up with her now. And she's completely right, by the way, right? Because this is an epidemic of women on TikTok saying, you'll never make me hate Lindsey Clancy. You know, the lady that murdered 3 of her own children, right? New theory. He killed the kids. His was the voice she heard. He threw her out the window. She woke up and was told what she did. That's right. She blacked out the whole time. That's right. And he did all the things. And after he did all the things, he brainwashed her into thinking she did all the things, which is why she admits it and her lawyer admits it. And there's actual evidence that it happened. And he wasn't even home at the time. He was on an errand. That's right. It was all part of the plan. Now, Shoe on Head finally realizes the left is evil. Now, I'm saying this sort of as a joke because Shoe on Head called me out for this one. But I'm gonna stand my ground.
Cover my channel, and then they'll make reaction videos to my videos, and they'll title them things like, Shoe on Head is done with the left. Shoe on Head is finally waking up. And it's like, I've been woken up. Do not cite the anti-woke magic to me, Nux Taku. I was there when it was written. Before your girl
Now, I
was-
will admit, she's been cooking for a lot longer than I have in this regard, but I will also say that, bro, it's so much worse than you think. Shuanhead finally realizes that liberal women are all evil. That's right. We're getting there. And it turns out every leftist policy is evil. And again, I feel like I reiterate this every time Shuanhead comes up. Shuanhead said, I can't believe Nux thinks that the whole left is evil. The whole left isn't evil. Yes, they are. Yup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, unlike the left, which wants me dead because I'm not leftist, I don't want them dead. I want them to repent. But until they do, they're evil. I just want to make that very clear. Anyway, so Asmongold responds, the biggest threat to America isn't Iran or communism. It's universal suffrage. The fact that my vote counts as much as a person who believes in astrology is a violation of my human rights. These people shouldn't even know what electricity is. This needs to stop now. It's really funny watching the radicalization of all the people in my orbit. Now, I've been against universal suffrage for a very long time. For the obvious reason is because democracy is anti-biblical values. All right. I know this is a really hot take, but democracy actually does not align with biblical values. The idea that a sheep herder will have the same weight or opinion as a prophet of God is the most unbelievable, stupid, dipshit concept of all time. Democracy's dumb as balls. It is. It always has been. It always will be. All right. In fact, you know who else thought so? The founding fathers that decided to create our country as a constitutional republic. That's right. This country was never supposed to be a democracy. It was always supposed to be a constitutional republic. Voting power was only supposed to be in the hands of specific people that actually knew their shit and not dipshit wine moms or whoever else decided or hobos or sneakos should not have the right to vote. I think it's very obvious, actually. Now, he is right that the threat to America is universal suffrage, and that's bigger than communism because universal suffrage always leads to communism. Because communism is a propaganda for idiots, and the idiots vote. So the idiots vote for communism. All right, and this is where it all comes down to. In my opinion, we need to do something. We need to marry women, and radicalize the shit out of them by giving them children, and then they'll all of a sudden not want criminals to be able to rape their kids and stuff. I feel like nothing radicalizes women more than being married and having kids, and a husband that actually is a man that they actually look up to. Or else. I mean that's not what I meant, but the point that I'm trying to say is, Shuanhead keeps going. Over $700,000 now raised for a woman who strangled her 3 children to death with exercise ropes. Every single donation is from a woman, obviously. Hundreds of thousands of women and TikTok true crime psychosis, where they believe the husband did it because he looks mean. That's right, look at that shit. And it is currently over $900,000 in donations. $900,000 in donations! This is terrifying. Absolutely horrifying. And this is the Candace Owens crowd. That's why I'm so happy that they say this shit out loud. See, again, I am a bit of a bit of a psycho in certain regards, and I'll explain to you exactly how. Maybe more of a sociopath in this way. I love Operation Let Them Speak. I think it's very effective. And I think that after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, which was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, one of the most horrible things that ever happened in front of me, all right, like literally, unbelievable trauma that I've undergone that day. Watching the leftists celebrate sickened me so much, and I am so fucking happy that they did it. That's right. I hated every second of it, but I am so happy that they so gleefully wanted to celebrate his murder. That's right, because when I saw that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and I was heartbroken, and I saw those fucking monsters celebrating, oh, baby. I will never forget that, and they will need to be destroyed. That's right, and we will destroy them. It will happen. We will never forget. They are evil, and evil will be purged. All right, that's the truth of the matter. And you know who told me that? Charlie Kirk in a dream. That's how you know it's true. Now, anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, these people are also evil. All right. Whenever there's like, because I knew that women would support this lady because this is a crying woman, so therefore they're going to support her. It doesn't even matter. And the truth is, I'm so happy that they're doing it out loud. Operation Let Them Speak has done wonders for the soul. It really has. Absolutely. People have lost their minds. All right. So this is the husband whose children were murdered by his wife. The comments, the sailor's knot around the kid's neck with him being the only sailor in the house is enough for me. This is Candace Owens logic. Literally. It's like, we know that she murdered the kids, but she tied a sailor's knot around the neck of one of the kids that she murdered. and he was a sailor. So, oh my God, that's how it works. It must be him. So again, I think that this true crimification and lobotomization of a generation of women is so important to be aware of. We need to know this is happening. We absolutely do. All right? Because these women have not struggled in their lives. This is someone who tweeted probably something about how actually they feel bad for the woman and they deleted the tweet because obviously that's insane. So this is the biggest reason I don't believe him. Photo of him looking mean. Response with like 100 emojis. 100%. Yo, he does look mean. I mean, his children were murdered, but, you know, he looks mean. So, you know, it's Patrick Clancy, that's the husband, versus the women of America. All the women of America are on the side of the child killer. Now, again, I gave you a sneak preview of my theory, all right? But anyway, it gets better. Leos don't kill. Geminis do. What? Leos don't kill their cubs. Nope, not buying it. If he's a Gemini and she's a Leo, it was toxic between them. He did it. That's all I need to know. Yep, astrology, baby. It's just racism for white women. That's right. This shit is insane. And this bitch, and this bitch, and this bitch, their votes count just as much as me and you. Isn't that just the greatest thing ever? Isn't that awesome to know? Isn't that great to know? Now, again, a lot of people don't actually know this, but astrology is forbidden by the Bible. Now, again, I'm really glad that I'm able to mention this. There is a verse in the Bible, that specifically says you're not allowed to do this, which is why obviously all these women on TikTok are becoming witches. Isn't that awesome? Bible verse. Let me actually just pull it up just so that you all see it at the same time. I know what it sounds like in Hebrew, but I don't know what it is in English. So I'm just here to help. I'm just here to figure it out with you. As it states directly in Deuteronomy 18:10, there shall not be found among you anyone who burns his son or his daughter as an offering. Sound familiar? Anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or a sorcerer or a charmer or a medium or a necromancer or one who inquires of the dead. For whoever does these things, you mean like if the dead comes to you in a dream and tells you that Israel killed them, you mean? Is an abomination to the Lord. All right. And because of these abominations, the Lord your God is driving them out before you. All right. Understand this is evil, literally evil. All right. And the truth of the matter is, understand how satanic this shit is that so many people are falling for the slop. Now, understand the way politics works, unfortunately, because we live in a democracy, ultimately, because everyone has the right to vote, means that people are going to want to get these people's votes, which means we are going to have women judges judging based on astrology. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You're going to see it. I'm telling you, you're going to see it. Give me a couple of years, we will have a case where a female judge judges someone based on astrology. I guarantee you it's going to happen. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. All right? I'm telling you, man, I'm not joking. All right? My cats told me the husband is guilty. My 3-year-old daughter took one look at him and said, "Yup, that's the bad guy," as if we should give a flying rat's ass about what your 3-year-old daughter thinks. Right now, licensed therapist defends Lindsey Clancy. This is a therapist with 600,000 followers on TikTok.
The Lindsey Clancy trial is going to be one of the most significant trials of your lifetime. We are all experiencing something completely unprecedented. Never before have we seen so many mothers and women rally behind somebody who confessed to killing her 3 children.
Yes? So they should all lose their voting rights, is what we're saying, right?
And it is not because we cannot hold women accountable.
Yeah, it is.
Many of us see ourselves in Lindsey.
Lobotomies! Make lobotomies great again. Make lobotomies great again. We'll open a whack house. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. We'll open a whack house. We'll put them all in. This is a therapist with 600,000 followers on TikTok, by the way. It'll be fantastic. We'll take them by the dozen. We'll throw them in the whack house. It'll be amazing. They'll be the kooks of the world. It'll be awesome. It'll be so dope. We all see ourselves in Lindsey. What the fuck are we doing?
Many of us know that we could have been only one step away from doing some of those horrific things.
Well, I would argue that a lot of you were actually did do those horrific things. A quarter of women in America abort their children. We literally have, and again, I think this has been done, well, obviously, on a spiritual level. I think Satan has been licking his lips with this shit. But the reality is, we, as a society, because of globalist garbage, have manipulated women into murdering their own children. All right? We have literally desensitized them to murdering their own children. All right? And now we're seeing all these women who largely have murdered, a quarter of them murdered their own children, are like, man, this is so relatable. Really, is it?
Because we experience...
Are we the baddies? Are we the baddies?
Significant mental health issues after one of our children was born.
Yeah, hot take. Mental health issues doesn't mean you should murder your own children. Nope, not at all. Actually, that's insane. That's completely crazy. Now, this is a single mom that says any man who thinks Lindsey Clancy, who admitted to murdering her kid, should go to prison, probably abuses his wife.
For her, when the evidence is showing more and more. Has anyone else noticed how men seem very quiet about the Lindsey Clancy trial?
No, I'm very vocal. I think she should be executed for murdering her own children.
Why is that? Why are men not standing up for her when
Oh, it's easy. It's because she's a murderer and she murdered her own children.
evidence is showing more and more that Patrick did it?
There is no evidence that shows that Patrick did it. This is the same as this is the Candace Owens effect. These are the same women that are watching Candace Owens and saying, well, there's so much evidence that actually Charlie Kirk was killed by Israel and French legions and time travelers. Right? It's the same people. It's the same mindset. It's this, honestly, warped, emotionally manipulated dipshit mindset of largely women that have utterly fallen for the true crime slopaganda. They are completely controlled by their emotions, completely devoid of logic, and just completely and utterly manipulated into this regard. And again, I've said this for a long time, there is a reason why the Bible is against the concept of women being judges. Again, that's what God thinks. That's not my opinion. That's God's opinion. So obviously, there's some merit there. Now, this is pretty wild.
I feel like there's like bro code that you don't speak out against abusive behavior.
No, bro code is when you punish people that murder their own children.
Like it's seen as weak. I think that's why...
You know what's weak? What's weak is the fact that the men of society don't see something like this, immediately rise up and abolish the entire college system and immediately decide to remove universal suffrage. If men were a little stronger, feminism would be abolished today. I'm just making that clear.
All of the women watching this case love Kevin Reddington, Lindsey's lawyer, so much is because it's so rare to see a man stand up so passionately.
He's literally paid for this.
Against injustice towards women and against abuse towards women.
They really think that her lawyer is standing up for abuse against women? Bro, he's just her lawyer.
Why are men being so silent? And at this point...
Again, not silent. Think she should be executed.
If you're a man saying, like, she should just go to prison, she did it, Patrick's innocent, leave him alone, he was a great dad, with all of the evidence...
I don't give a shit if he was a great dad. I don't give a shit if he was an abusive husband. The wife was a murderer, and she needs to get executed for murdering her own children. You could deal with the dad another time, but that's not the topic for today. All right, she admitted to doing it in court. Hello?
Coming out, if you are saying that about Patrick still... I'm just going to assume that you are abusive.
There it is. That's all the logic that was needed. All right. If you think that a woman that murdered her own children should go to jail, then you are probably abusing your wife. This is the cognitive dissonance of the Candace Owens crowd. It really is. I'm not even exaggerating. The Candunce crowd is going to come here and be like, well, you know, Charlie Kirk had a Jewish friend, which means Israel killed him. This is the level of logic that we're dealing with.
I'm just going to assume that you...
Tyler Robinson was gay, which means he was a patsy, controlled by the French Legion. What?
are a piece of shit husband too.
Wow.
And that you
Thank God my wife doesn't think so.
condone and support and enable.
And thank God my wife doesn't think that Lindsey Clancy should get off, and not be punished. You know, I'm just gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nothing will radicalize a woman like a strong husband ever. That's it. That's literally it. All right. Traditional values are actually just completely undefeated.
Abusive behavior, because it's so obvious if you were watching the case that he, at the very least, was abusive to her and neglectful.
I don't care. I don't care. Okay, maybe he was. That's shitty, I guess. Whatever. She murdered her own children. Can we at least be real for a second?
Like, where are all the
Oh
good
my
men?
God. The men are saying that she murdered her own children and she should die. And that those men are based.
All of my trauma has come from men. I have
Sounds like a you issue.
spent so much of my life healing from men. I've always
Notice how they just hate men. They just hate men. She hates men, and now she wants a woman that murdered her own children to not go to jail.
needed a dad, a husband. I'm just waiting for some man out there to prove to me that
She has no dad and no husband. Guys, did we find the problem? Did we find the problem?
there's some good ones, and I think that's why so many women are idolizing Kevin Reddington so much, is because so
Yeah, anyway, enough of that. There's more. Thousands of women are saying Lindsey Clancy could not have possibly killed her children because she's a Leo. That's right. I showed you some comments before, but dude, you don't understand how bad it is.
Okay, check this out. This is really crazy. Lindsey Clancy's birth chart.
Oh shit, moon at 22 degrees. That's the killer be killed degree.
It's so crazy. Now, I don't have the time of birth, so really, you can disregard the ascendant, descendant, IC, MC, vertex, and all the houses. I need the birth time. So like not all of these aspects are necessarily true, because all those points, we don't really know. I just put it at noon. But first of all, let me just show. Okay, so notice anything here? She's got her North Node Aquarius.
Yeah.
South Node Leo. She's in her.
Actually, if you put all of these in a row, it proves that you are regarded. Wow, that's so true. I couldn't have seen it, but as you can see here from this line, the way it has a right angle over here, this shows that she's a dipshit, actually. I don't know if you're aware. Holy frick, I almost missed how this says that she should never be taken seriously ever and should not have the right to vote. Wow, I see it in the stars.
Turn over return right now.
It's been a while, but I have to pop on here just to say that I've been following this Lindsey Clancy trial, especially as a mother of two who dealt with a lot of postpartum
Hi, I'm a mother of two. I'm on the side of the woman that murdered her own children.
mental illness and just following all their birth charts and birthdays and zodiac
Yeah, but why
signs.
would you do
He
that?
did
Yeah, but
it.
why?
He did it. He's a Gemini man. His
A Gemini
birthday is
man.
June 15th. I'm a Gemini
Holy-
woman. My birthday is June.
Oh, Gemini women, the greatest people ever. Just the greatest people. Gemini man, oh, fuck, that's a killer. Oh, shit, a Gemini man.
14th. Let me give you another example of who a Gemini man is. Also birthday June 14th.
Oh, let's go.
Men and women are different. Keep that in mind.
That's true.
Please don't judge
That's true.
me. Donald Trump.
Oh, my God. Donald Trump is also a Gemini man. Oh, my God. It's over. It's over. It's over. Holy, and he killed Jeffrey Epstein. So they're literally the same.
Patrick did it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So if you're watching the
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Lindsey Clancy case, I've already gone over the forensic astrology charts that show that the perpetrator is a male.
Yeah, you thought there was only one of these? There's like 12. 12 that went viral.
The perpetrator is having
Look at the likes on these comments with tens of thousands of likes.
affair, and that the victims, specifically Lindsey,
As a psychic medium, the second I saw him, his child came in and said he did it. And they think this is valid. They think this is valid, bro.
was drugged during this. And I've also
Forensic astrologer, death investigator. But her grift is that she goes around to dead people and does astrology on them to find the killer. Like what are we even doing? Like, this is insane. Like, these women need God, and they don't get it because college tells them that it's bad to have God, and that God is bad because God has terrible things like traditional marriages and stuff. All right, so they hate God, so they need some sort of connection to something. So now they're forensic astrology, death investigator, psychics.
The theory and the lie detection.
I'm telling you all right now, when the South Node goes into Cancer in March of 2028, the South Node is going to transit over Patrick Clancy's moon in Cancer. He's going to be having eclipses over his natal moon, which is home, family, emotions, his emotional life. And then it gets better. 2029, all the way into 2030, he is going to have eclipses over his Gemini placements. The South Node is going to move over his Sun, his Mercury retrograde, his Venus retrograde. It's about to get real interesting in the next, 3 to 4 years for him. I'm grabbing my popcorn. I can't wait for this.
Could you believe that these are real people? It is shocking.
Man to be humbled and for karma to do it.
This dude's children were murdered by his crazy bitch wife. Oh my God. Like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, it keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. The Lindsey Clancy truthers keep going. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Hypothetical scenario.
Hypothetical scenario. A man is abusing his 5-year-old daughter. He is part of a pedophile ring. Other members of this ring include his best friend, the ADA, chief of police, possibly some doctors.
Oh, shit.
Nurses. And now let's say that the mother finds out. Let's say she...
Bro, the Goyim are crazy. Yo, could the Goyim please control their wives? Hello? Hello, Goyim? What are you doing? You're not controlling your women at all. I don't understand.
Takes her daughter to the doctor to get some digestion issues looked at. UTIs. Things like that. Let's say that doctor suggests to the mother that this child has been abused and she has been abused recently. So of course the mother goes home and confronts this monster of a man.
Again, there is no evidence to any of this. Any of it. None of it at all.
What do you think he would do in that instance? Do you think he might snap? Strangle his wife? Did the thing.
Well, he didn't. So...
With, the other three, because why not at this point, right? Would he then enlist the help?
Like, we've gone from women liking fan fiction of Harry Potter gay couples or whatever the fuck they read, to women literally coming up with fan fiction and murder trials en masse.
Of that ADA? That chief of police? Those doctors and nurses that are in that ring? To help him cover it up?
Okay, so the case is a woman strangled and murdered 3 of her own children. The husband came home and found them all dead. Her hypothetical scenario, what if he's a pedophile that abused his own children and murdered them and also tortured his wife and got the police to lie? It doesn't even, fit at all. It also has no evidence. This is the crazy. These are the people that think OJ was innocent. This is insane. Catwoman apocalypse, literally. All right, bro, and they're all doing... This is horrifying.
A big thing is I feel disconnected with myself. Time, reality. I think going back to work will help with that. She wrote that, right?
Like, the fact that these women are posting this shit, holding their babies, is terrifying. This is a woman that murdered her 3 kids. Like, this is insane. Bad enough to relate to a child killer, to do holding a baby is insane. This is wild. And these are the people that are going to sit there and morally grandstand about how Palestine is actually important to them. That's right. They care about Palestine, guys. Donald Trump is a fascist because Renee Good got committed suicide by cop. That's right, everybody. Oh, brother. All right, actress Lisa Arena says that she and her female therapist agreed that Patrick Clancy killed his own children.
Heard that women typically don't strangle.
Oh, women don't strangle.
So awful to even say.
That's it. It's over. Case closed. I mean, she did it. She admitted it. And everyone knows that she did it and agrees that she did it. But hey, random actress came to the realization that women just don't strangle, actually. Yep. And Prince Andrew doesn't sweat. That's how you know he was never on Epstein's Island, because he just doesn't sweat.
But that isn't what a woman would do. They don't strangle.
That little smirk. That little smirk.
They don't strangle.
Huh. Case closed. You see these lips? See these lips? Yeah, they're plastic. I understand how it works.
I was actually in therapy today.
See these sunglasses? They cover my crazy eyes. I was in therapy. And then the therapists manipulate more women to become more unbelievable.
My therapist and I were talking about it, and I said, well, what do they do? She said, well, they poison, or I said, oh, or drown them. Like we
At least she doesn't have to worry about drowning because she could like float by her lips. Bro, if you pop her lips in a pool, does she sink?
Really had that conversation today.
Yeah, so I was talking to my therapist, and my therapist said that, hey, I'm a woman, and I would only murder my children by drowning them or poisoning them. And she was like, oh my god, me too. I would also murder my children by drowning them or poisoning them. Holy shit. I literally would do the same thing. I wouldn't strangle me neither. Oh my god, she must be innocent then. Dog.
And she looks at me and she goes, he did it. I was like, wow, yeah. And now...
Yeah! My therapist told me that he did it. Oh my god. Dude, therapy is cancer. I'm sorry, man. I feel like 1% of therapists are good. 99% of therapists are cancer. All right? It's unreal. Now, this was a pretty insane update. Many of the same chronically online women who have been harassing Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA are now defending a woman who brutally murdered her 3 children by strangulation. It's the same people.
Are you a sheep? No. You're a dragon. Be a dragon.
I've seen enough. Patrick Clancy is about to be exposed for the lying psychopath. Follow the money. Follow the money, guys. She murdered her own children. Follow the money. Now, women are having their children write notes of support for her. Again, this is the most deranged shit I've ever seen in my life. It really is. They are having their own children write letters to Lindsey Clancy and asking her to be pen pals. Could we send in the military or something? This is disgusting. Lindsey, hi. My name is Ember. I'm 7 years old. I support you. I'm sorry the system failed you. We can be pen pals if you want. Love, Ember. She murdered her own children, bro. What are we doing? This is unbelievable levels of sick shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, again, this is the wildest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, for interesting reasons, this is happening everywhere in society. This is some guy, Jeff Kofi Asari, was arrested 3 times in the past 2 weeks for raping women in Oklahoma, allegedly. Nearly 24 arrests since 2022. Guess what? This is the judge that keeps releasing him from jail every time he rapes somebody else, allegedly. All right? Like, again, this is all of society. All of society is doing this. And the truth is, here you have Ember, 7-year-old girl, groomed by her psycho mom, probably doesn't have a dad, writing letters to a serial killer that murdered her own children. This is unimaginable levels of insanity, and it's a psychological operation that is literally happening and being done to an entire generation of liberal white women in America. And these are the people that are voting to import the people that are killing us. These are the people that are voting for every toxic policy ever. These are the people that, again, say that Trump is a fascist. Understand, the people that say Trump is a fascist and literally Hitler, these are the people that are supporting Lindsey Clancy for murdering her own children. Like, I don't think people understand. It's absolutely heartbreaking. People need to know what is actually happening. And that's why you have me, someone who's just going to tell you the things as the things take place. Definitely subscribe for more things that are totally not going to traumatize you forever. But Mulga, make lobotomies great again. It'll happen. Every household will have a lobotomy. Bro, we need to do something about this. This is seriously. Can we send in the National Guard? Can we please do this immediately? Like, this is obviously a problem. But this should radicalize the shit out of you, and you should radicalize the shit out of your friends. Every single person needs to know exactly what's happening to our generation of women, because these are the people that are saying that, you're a conservative man, I'm not going to date you. Actually, you're a psycho. I should abort my children. Men shouldn't be, like, misogynistic. Men shouldn't be the head of the household. Women and men are literally equal in every single way. And have no differences between them. Men could play in women's sports, and men could be women even if they wanted to. If they say they're women, they can be women. And this is literally an entire generational psyop that is happening, that is literally manipulating people. Remember, teachers in schools are teaching men and women equally, the same way, the same fashion, the same styles, because men and women are the same. What do you mean? Men should be able to play with dolls. Why shouldn't men play with dolls? The truth of the matter is, Men and women have different roles in society. Obviously, there's exceptions to every rule, but the truth of the matter is gender roles exist for a reason, all right? God punished men when Adam ate from the tree of knowledge. From the sweat of your brow you shall eat bread, all right? Men have to work their asses off, and if men are not working and accomplishing, the truth of the matter is men feel like shit, all right? This is the hot take, and a lot of women might not realize this, but if the man in your life is not accomplishing or feeling accomplished or feeling like you appreciate them or respect them, they feel like shit. Men need to work, period. That is the punishment that God gave Adam. The punishment that God gave Eve was that men shall rule over you. Now, this isn't only a punishment in reality, the fact that men are literally physically stronger than women, and men have the force to push laws and force ultimately the direction society goes. The truth of the matter is, that is the dynamic between men and women that is healthy for a relationship where the man loves his wife and the wife respects her husband. And that is how society needs to run. And we have come up with all sorts of brilliant, evolved, new, better ways to possibly live. God didn't know all these things. We have science now. We're so much smarter than God. And we have developed a society that is celebrating a woman that murdered her own children. I hope you understand how gruesomely evil and fucked up this shit is. And yes, Shuan had finally realized that the women on the left are actual fucking satanic evil bitches. Most people that want financial sovereignty end up getting plugged back into the same system they're trying to escape, and that is why I have partnered with Rumble Wallet. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you can actually own and control your money, and you don't anymore. There's a bajillion government bullshit rules to stop you from having any form of sovereignty, but you can finally get that through Rumble Wallet. If you click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen, it takes all that complexity and makes it really simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar pack, stable coins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. Connects with MoonPay, or you can use your credit card, debit card, bank, be up and running in minutes. It's a fantastic way to have sovereignty for yourself, by yourself, and you can even support your favorite Rumble creators directly, like me. That's right, I'm streaming on Rumble. I love Rumble. Woo, Rumble. And you can support me there. That is the best way to do it, directly. If you right now scan the QR code or click the link in the description, download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. Just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. Please do it. It would support me immensely. As you know, I'm getting absolutely obliterated by YouTube, fully demonetized there, and any support is very appreciated. So once again, thank you to everyone. I've been in the Jew tunnels for a long time, and we've cooked up something diabolical. So back to the chaos. Oh my God, Hasan Piker back in the news. All of Dearborn and Michigan and all these elections are happening, and it is very entertaining watching everyone lose.
The other side of this, of course, is that it shows weakness. In the post-Trump universe that we live in, a lot of people actually don't respect apologies for the most part. Everyone thinks that they respect.
For those of you unaware, this is Hasan doubling down on America Deserved 9/11, saying he doesn't want to apologize for it.
Apologies, they see it as humility, but the reality is most people don't see it as humility, unfortunately. We live in a very contentious media environment, and the reality of the matter is when you apologize for an affiliation, whether it's in the past or even in the future, most people end up doubling down on that, and they use that as ownership and will even turn around.
Anyway, he continues explaining why he is never going to apologize for why America deserves 9/11. Again, very classic stuff. Very cool. Now, he also has some new heroes that he wanted to share with us. He used to only support Islamic terrorists, but what if he also supported Latin American terrorists?
It's true. It's objectively true. It is objectively true. I'm sick and tired of Americans in media just being like, Fidel Castro sucks. He was a butcher. He was a murderer. Shut the fuck up. God damn, dude.
How dare you?
Fidel Castro
and
Che Guevara were lions, okay? They were lions.
And they ate a lot of sheep. The sheep being civilians in this analogy.
I'm sorry that you don't have the adequate history lesson.
They tortured and murdered and destroyed their own people. Again, Hasan just loves genocidal dictators, actually. You might not be aware of this, but he loves that stuff. Now, Abdul El Sayed, again, very bad news for literally the entire Islamo-fascist crowd everywhere. All right, so Abdul El Sayed's mother worked for terrorist organizations. Yeah, that's right. Abdul al-Sayed's mother worked for designated terror group IARA that provided direct financial support to Osama bin Laden, the Taliban, and Hamas. Like, again, if you think that maybe Abdul al-Sayed supports terrorism, it's because his mom is literally a terrorist. Literally. All right, it's insane watching this, allegedly, watching this develop every single, like, I'm not that surprised, I'll be real. Not that surprised or shocked. Now, in Indiana, you got this guy talking about how you're going to gain victory over the infidels.
How do we achieve victory? Subhanallah, you look to the Quran and Allah Ta'ala called the whole surah of victory, Surah Al-Fath. So we should pay attention to see what Allah Ta'ala tells us. Believers were at Hudaybiyah. Suhail ibn Amr, he was the one who was doing the peace treaty. Simply put, even though the Treaty of Hudaybiyah was favorable for the disbelievers and unfavorable for the believers, it was still beneficial in the long run. So Allah is saying, I held your hands back so you guys can be strategic instead of angry. No. They felt that they wanted to completely disobey and just start fighting. They were so angry. And Allah says, I held your hands back. There's a time to be brave. There's also a time to feel that bravery and that willingness to fight and say, no. We're focused on the long-term strategy. Offshoots and strengthens them so they grow firm and stand upon their stalks, delighting the sowers so that Allah may enrage by them the disbelievers. You find a consistent theme. Slow and steady wins the race. The believer.
Basically, he's laying out the battle plan. For those of you paying attention at home, he's like, yo, we will slowly take over your country. This is how we conquer the infidels. Pretty cool stuff. Now, anyway, a lot of elections recently went down, and I'll probably get into more detail on this tomorrow. But, for example, all of these guys were supporting James Fishback, all right, as an example. Right, Tucker Carlson, Sneeko, Owen Schroyer, Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes. Again, they're like, there's this weird, like, Muslim, like, right-wing alliance that's going on that's not really working very well. I mean, because James Fishback is, like, also doing, like a bit of the Free Palestine stuff, and obviously Jews don't like that, so, hey, he must be our guy or something. Also, Dan Blazarian ran for Congress against Randy Fine, the fattest Jew of all time. They went up against each other, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little shocked it went this quickly. It was a bloodbath, man. It was wild. So Byron Donalds won the governor. He got 50% of the vote. James Fishback got 10% of the vote. Again, we're gonna have to stop making believe conservatives actually care about Tucker Carlson's opinions on things. Like, oh my God, this is wild. Holy crap, third place. Holy schmorglitz. All right, and Randy Fine, fattest Jew of all time, won with 3 times the votes of Dan Blazarian. Again, dude, Islamist sympathizing dumb fuck moron. All right, also completely gets annihilated by the fattest Jew of all time. One shot by the Hebrew hammer, and it was over. Again, it's so sad. It's diabolical. But, like, it's just a bad day for these guys. And again, all the leftist Muslims supported them. I want to make this clear. The leftist Muslims supported, like, the Dan Blazarian type people. Again, you don't understand. I don't understand how he lost. He was America first. I especially liked when he said that Jews are vermin. That was my favorite part. Anyway, obviously that didn't go over very well for normal humans that actually just want America to be a better country and don't really care about the weird little ethnocentric drama. So anyway, Jake Lang showed up in Dearborn, Michigan, and he was almost arrested.
For 3 years straight, the #1 name in the country of England for newborn babies is Muhammad. Tell me that white Christians are not being invaded. How can you lie to our faces with your taqiyya? This is an invasion on all fronts. Our people are being pushed out of the workplace. We're being pushed out of city councils. That smug face of the taqiyya Muslims needs to be wiped off these people's faces. These people are looking to destroy us. These people are looking to outbreed us. The Muslims have not come here to assimilate. That's right. They have come here to steal the wealth of this land, to rape our women. What about the 250,000 women in England that were raped by Pakistani Muslims? And they got little slaps on the wrist from the woke...
I didn't say it. He said, I didn't say it. He said it.
Democratic regime. The Muslims are being used by the Democrats to instill socialism in America.
Holy shit, are you saying that the Democrats literally opened the borders and sacrificed our women and children so they could import a bioweapon to destroy our country and give them infinite power? Question mark? Wow, I didn't say it, but he said it. I didn't put any words in his mouth. That's what he said.
We know it. Look at all of your top Muslim leaders. They all pander to homosexuality, the trans agenda, and to socialism. You're fake Muslims. You're just using the Democrats, these woke liberal idiots, the women in New York, to gain power. And once the Muslims have power in this country, then they will start throwing the homosexuals off the roofs, just like they do in Palestine. You guys all cry about Palestine. Try being a white Christian man preaching the word of God in Palestine.
Whoa. That's illegal. Hold up. I am very angry about this. That is illegal and an affront to Allah. You are not aware, but the only country in the Middle East that you're allowed to preach the gospel is Israel. It's illegal to proselytize in any Muslim country. Wow. Very offensive of you, Jake.
What might happen to you. The same thing that happened to me here in Dearborn, Michigan. You will be stoned for saying the name of Jesus Christ in Palestine, in Afghanistan, in Yemen, in Iraq. Jesus Christ is outlawed in those countries, and we will stand. The crusade has begun. Your time in this country is running short.
Oh, shit.
The time of stealing from the Detroit black Christian Americans is over. It's over. Muslims go home.
God damn.
Before we send you home. We have cruise ships, we have planes, we have trains, and we're going to pack them out with all of the Arabs. You have to go home. We don't want you here. Our founding fathers gave this country to their posterity. White Christians, and they brought along with them their black friends, and now we're here to reclaim America for the blacks and the white people and the Spanish. We will not allow these third world mongrels to run roughshod over us without a fight. The body of Christ is one. If you are in Christ, you are my brother. If you stand against Islam, you are my brother. If you are willing to stand up and take this country back, you are my brother. Join the crusades and extricate this filth from our country.
Holy
we will have our
shit,
way.
dude.
Come blood or sweat, we will have our way. This is a Christian land. Christ is king. 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 Christ is king.
And they arrest him. Anyway, it says because speech is not that free in certain areas. Interesting how that keeps happening. Wow, it's so funny. Now, obviously, again, I said this before. I was actually recording for the Nuxanor video, but, you know, back when Nazis used to be cool. Man, that sounded wrong. Back when Nazis used to be, like, all dripped out and shit, you know? Like, with the cool hats and the cool, like, Hugo Boss clothes and the epic boots and, like, the formation and shit like that. And, like I'm not gonna lie to you and say that they didn't look badass and shit. They did, obviously. All right? I'm not, like, a disingenuous dipshit, all right? I'm being real. So, the truth of the matter is, now they're gay. I don't know what happened, but our Nazis are kind of gay these days. I'm not gonna lie. So to counter, all right, so this, again, this guy shows up, this Jake Lang guy shows up in Dearborn, Michigan to protest against the Islamification of America. And the Nazis join forces with the Muslims because I guess Muslims don't like Jews. It's like, bro, dude, the Nazis used to like have aura. You know what I'm saying?
We have to get whites to support the war in Iran. We're not buying it. Whites and Arabs and one struggle against the Jew.
The whites and the Muslims struggle against the Jew. Brother. Holy LARP.
Free Palestine! Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler, free Palestine. Oh my God. Can you imagine Hitler being like, "My people, how are you doing? How are you faring against the Jew?" Well, we are trying to free Palestine, mein Führer. What the fuck? Why would you do that? I don't fuck Palestine. Oh, man. Anyway, very sad. Anyway, armed leftists were arrested after pointing their gun at anti-Islam protesters in Dearborn, Michigan. Again, this is an attempted terror attack because they didn't like the words that were being said. Look at that. Insane how it keeps happening. This is Dearborn, Michigan, by the way. For those of you that are like, well, Dearborn, Michigan is like mostly peaceful. They're assimilating. Yeah, they're not assimilating that much, bro. I mean, I've seen other assimilations that, like, what the shit is happening over here? All right, like, let's be real. This is not. I don't even know what to say. Like, there is no commentary necessary at some point. You know, like, bro. Anyway, so this is an outstanding refugee winner, Salman Elmi. Well, he was just arrested for $1 million in Medicaid fraud with 8 felonies and a sex trafficking ring. Whatever. It's what day is it? Tuesday. Anyway, so in Ceuta, Spain. All right, this is just a slight detour before we get back to Dearborn. In Ceuta, Spain. All right, everyone was saying, well, you know, 50,000 Muslims from Morocco invaded Spain, but they sent them all back. Did they?
La vida nos cambia en un segundo.
This is Ceuta, Spain right now.
La vida. Y lo que hoy te está preocupando, lo que te están molestando.
Wow, the population doubled. Wow, that's crazy.
Te están enfadando. Mañana pasa la categoría de tontería, que es lo que le tocaba.
You know how much bananas and rice you need to feed all these motherfuckers? Anyway, so it's bad over there. Now, Cam Higbee is someone that just did an undercover investigation into Dearborn, Michigan. He was not only threatened by the Pakistani government on TikTok, on X, but he was fully banned on TikTok. Critical support to people like Cam Higbee. So Cam Higbee and James O'Keefe decided that they were going to dress up. Like, again, this is James O'Keefe and this is Cam Higbee in the burqa. You would never know because burqas are a national security threat, I would say. And they get together. Or was this not in Dearborn? This was Minnesota? Oh, this was in Minneapolis. Whatever, same thing. Anyway, so this was in Minneapolis. A different Islamic stronghold, all right, and they decided to invade voting places to see if they could actually vote as fake Durka Muhammad Jihads.
I'm going to say that I'm vouching for them. The name is William Lawrence. The question about the vouching program, yeah? Vouching? I can vouch for them, but they are not registered. That's okay, that's fine. Can I bring 5 more from up to 8 people? Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, making fun of me for mixing up Dearborn, Michigan and Minneapolis. Dude, Dearborn, Michigan has like a lot of sneakos from like Iraq and Afghanistan, and Minnesota has sneakos from Minnesota. All right. Ultimately, it's like they have a lot of sneakos. You know, they're electing their Ilhan Omars and Zoran Mamdanis and guys, whatever. But potato, tomato, as they say.
We go back and we get Krishna and Ernesto and Mohammed. In Minnesota, you can show up on election day and vouch for up to 8 unregistered voters. Members.
How does that even make any sense at all? The lesson for today is that democracy is bullshit and it gets abused by dumbasses. That's the lesson for today, folks.
Of the Justice League dress up in traditional Muslim attire, including a transgender wearing a burqa. Disgusting. And put this vouching law to an extreme test on primary day, August 11th.
Gonna be a baller. Shot caller, 20-inch blades, only Impala.
I mean, shot callers, we do know historically there's this one very famous guy that uses shot callers. All right, like, in fact, if you Google, all right, this is, I don't know if they still do this, but this was working before. I don't know if they fixed this because Hasan Piker complained. But if you type into Google, guy that shocks dogs, I think the first response is Hasan Piker. Who's the guy that shocks dogs? Bro, I can't believe this. Bro, I put it into a different search. I put it into Bing to see if I get something else. Dude, look at this. Who's the guy that shocks dogs? Hasan Piker, political Twitch streamer. Accused of shocking his dog. I love the internet, man. I love it. In October 2025, a clip from Hasan Piker's live stream when Kaya yelped, went off camera. The incident, nicknamed Collargate or Dogtober 7th, spread outrage. Yo, bro. Insane.
Vouching.
You're vouching for.
I vouch for them.
Oh, great.
Is that okay?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, if you're all in the same precinct,
yes,
and you are already registered, which it looks like you are, then you can vouch for them as ID for them.
It's as
good.
easy as that.
She says to me, I say they do not need ID. She says, you are the ID.
He is the ID.
See, I am the ID. And no ID needed. I just vouch for them.
Well,
It's
you're
good.
the ID.
I am the ID. It's good. How many people may I vouch for?
8.
8?
I thought it was 6. 8.
I can vouch for 8 people. 8 8 people, no ID. We come right back. Thank you. Most poll workers we visited were willing to let us vouch with no questions asked, even when presented with the most absurd situation imaginable.
That's
while other poll
this
workers
is insane,
did
by
take
the
issue
way.
with our investigation.
This is the thing that the left is making believe doesn't actually happen, by the way. Left to be like, well, this doesn't happen. Well, it happens a little, but it doesn't really matter. Well, it doesn't really matter, but we actually
their
like
awareness that something about this vouching system is deeply flawed or wrong.
Really?
Yet for some reason, they don't want us to expose it.
Interesting.
Get down. Baller, I'm a 20-inch crawler, blaze on Impala, diamond rock waller.
In Minnesota, voters can vouch for up to 8 of their unregistered friends. At the polling place,
That's
a
insane.
registered voter from the same precinct signs an oath
And if you don't like your country getting raped, well, then you might be a fascist.
confirming that they personally know the voter lives there. This allows someone without ID to register and vote. And employees of residential facilities may vouch for an unlimited number of facility residents to vote at the facility's address. That's right, an unlimited number. While proponents emphasize that the policy expands ballot access for recent movers and senior citizens, critics view it as a potential for fraud. For example, if a voucher were to lie on this contract and allow 8 of his ineligible friends to vote, and the results of that
I love how the Democrat talking point is like, I don't understand why Trump requires ID to vote. It's illegal for aliens to vote anyway. But it's literally illegal. So like, why should we add ID requirements? It's illegal for non-citizens to vote. Oh, really? Oh, it's illegal for them to vote. Well, it's illegal for rape to happen, so I guess we shouldn't stop rapes because it's illegal.
Election are announced on the same day. What happens when the oath is further investigated and it is discovered that those vouched for votes shouldn't have been counted? The results of the election will have already been announced and enacted by that point. This document shows that the election workers simply circle a number of the vouchees. There's no other identifying information. And Scott Pressler from the organization Early Vote Action says there is no list of these vouchee voters anywhere. When he requested them from areas like Duluth, St. Paul, Minneapolis, and St. Cloud, Minnesota, Pressler says they are nameless, faceless, and recordless. So we dressed in full traditional Muslim attire and went in to ask if we can vouch for 8 of our unregistered friends, just to test the limits of this law and the willingness of election judges to go along with it. Only Muslim women traditionally wear the full face covering. So Cam Higbee was in disguise as my transgender Muslim wife.
So he's wearing the niqab, so
nice.
basically he's not supposed to shake hands with a man. So what he does is, once a man tries to shake hands, he has to do it.
Yeah, he's sticking in bed with like say these are ribs right here, right?
Oh, yo, I don't
Each
shake
rib
hands with
has
that.
bendings.
You're going to be the female? Am I the voucher this
You're the
time?
voucher. We're the
vouchees.
vouchees.
I am very tall woman. I already had 12 babies.
I'm William Pomerantz. I am William Pomerantz. This is my...
That's great.
I vouch for people.
Yes, great.
I vouch for people. For the vouching system. I have 8 people come from my apartment. This is going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be great.
We're going in.
There's no way this is going to work,
this
right?
location, and I'm going to say that I'm vouching for them. The name is William Pomerantz. I'm voting. I'm talking about the vouching program. Yeah? Okay, here we go.
Can my goat vote? My question, I have goat as well as second wife. So first wife, obviously vote, because this country accepts women for vote. I mean, whatever, I don't judge. But what about my other wife?
They'll get you checked in right there.
Oh, that's so nice. I love how much you respect women in your culture. Oh yes, my wife is the goat. My wife is literally the goat. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love how your culture respects your wife so much. She must be very lucky. Oh yes. Oh yes, she is the goat.
Hello, this is the vote. The name is William.
The last name?
Pomerantz.
And does that look correct?
That is the date of birth. The question about the vouching program. Yeah. Okay. If I vouch for them. Yes. I can vouch for them.
You registered today.
This name is I registered, but they are not registered. That's okay. That's fine. Can I bring 5 more? From
Up to 8.
up to 8 people. So I go get the rest of them and come and they can vote today.
Yeah.
I can just vouch for them that they are registered. Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay, that's a good thing. We go back and we get Krishna and Ernesto and Mohammed, and we bring them here.
Yes, it's me and my brothers, Ernesto, Francisco, Luigi, and Mohammed and Abdul. It works out, guys.
We go get the other people when we come back.
Since you're already registered, you can vouch for up to 8 people.
I did not know this. I thought they can only vote one at a time.
Well, you each only get one vote, but you can vouch for up to 8.
That is great. I'll go do that. We go pick up the rest of the people. We come and then all 8 I'll vouch for them.
You see, the best part is every Muslim is 8 votes, technically, if you have enough brains for your jihad.
No.
Thank you so much, man. I'll see you. Thank you. We go get Muhammad. We come back. Okay. Success. We go in. I say the name is William Pomerantz, and they tell me that I can vouch for up to 8 people. I say we
This
go back.
is
We
insane,
get Ramesh,
by the way.
We get Muhammad. We get Rishnu. We come back. We vote. They say no problem. We can vouch for up to 8 people, and we're going to go get the voters and come back, and then we shall vote. No ID needed. They're not registered. No problem. They say. I said not registered. They said no problem. You can vote if you're not registered. So that worked. Let's try it again.
Let's do it again. No ID. No ID.
Holy shit, dude, this is insane!
And you don't have ID either.
Again, citizen journalism is literally saving America.
The biggest scam, I think, is that you can, as long as you know their name and their address, you can show up and vote in their name, no verification required.
But it looks like you may.
What? Oh yes, I have a friend, Mohammed. He lives on Mohammed Al Sudri Drive, apartment 12. He votes for Libtard, Ilan Omar. Ilan Omar. She was very brave in the 11th World War.
You want me to ask? Should I get up now?
What we could do is just reposition.
He's gonna go alert somebody.
Does he work there?
And the white shirt told him about us.
I can't have her
You
see me.
That? Get down.
Oh yeah, they're recording.
Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down.
She's radioing somebody.
Talking about us.
Probably think we're ICE.
There's a piece of paper here. Additional ways to register. Vouching by registered voter who can confirm your address. A voter can vouch for you. The voucher must live in your precinct, personally know you.
Insane.
I can vouch for up to 8 people.
The fact that the media is like refusing to talk about this like it's any form of meaningful issue it's diabolical levels of treason. It really is. Like, this shit is absolute insanity.
No problem. We're gonna go in. We're gonna ask, can we vouch for 8 people without identification? Home of the camels. I am at home with the camels. Home camel. Hello, good day to you.
Good to you.
The last name is Shimizup. They're with me.
They're not voting?
They with the vouching.
They're vouching for you.
I vouch for them.
Oh, great.
Is that okay?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, if you're all in the same precinct,
Yes.
and you are already registered, which it looks like you are, then you can vouch for them as ID for them.
Oh, good. If they do not have their ID, is that okay? I vouch for them. How many people may I vouch for?
What is it? It's
8?
I thought it was 6. 8.
I can vouch for 8 people.
This is so bad.
Oh, good. We can go pick up Mohammed and Ranuzu in the car outside. Good. The question about the vouching, again, I can vouch for 8 people.
Yeah. In your precinct.
In my, that they live, yes, in my precinct. That is so wonderful.
Yes.
That is such a good American tradition.
I love American traditions that are literally designed by monkeys so that we can rape your country. Isn't it fun? It's so fun when we rape your country together. Yes, you see, what I am going to be voting for is redistributing the money that white people make to my family. How else will we afford the bananas and rice that you are going to be paying for?
She says to me, I say, they do not need ID. She says, you are the ID.
He is the ID.
See, I am the ID. And no ID needed. I just vouch for them.
Well,
It's
you're
good.
the ID.
I am the ID. It's good. I'm going to go get the others and I'll come right back. I'm just in the car. Okay?
Oh, they're in the car.
Yes.
You see, we will redistribute the rape from our countries to yours. Think about how good this all is.
Yes, ma'am. They come, but I did not know that it was 8.
All right.
So 8 people, no ID. We come right back. Thank you. I know the audience is probably thinking this is completely ridiculous, but what we found is that by dressing like this, it's actually less ridiculous to a lot of the local Minneapolis people here who are less suspicious of me dressed like this versus going in normal James O'Keefe clothes. You can't make this stuff up. James O'Keefe reporting from Minneapolis, Minnesota on primary day. Let's get out of here. This investigation is part of a series that will be continued by other members.
Absolute insanity, bro. It's absolute insanity. And the left is trying to convince you this isn't an issue. This just isn't an issue. That's right. No problems are happening in our country. This is unreal. It's unreal. And the world needs to know that this shit is happening. We will be right back. We will be right back when after, because we will be right back. So that I will vouch for my 12 wives and goats. They're all the goats, actually. All of them. This one's the camel. It's an exception to the rule. I like her. There is no legal voting in Ba Sing Se. How is this allowed? Great question. It's because the left wants you raped and quivering. And it's working, to be fair. So, I mean, hey. W leftists, they literally raped you and got away with it. I hope you're happy. Can't believe the Jews would do this. Very important for Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens to talk about how Israel killed Charlie Kirk and about how the devil is actually the one that invented nuclear weapons.
And let me just indulge my theory, which I can't control myself from talking about.
Run, baby.
You've heard it before, but I just think I think nuclear weapons, which I don't think were created by people. Sorry. I don't care how many movies they make about it.
Yeah, they weren't. It was demons. Yeah, after Tucker Carlson got raped by a demon, he started really talking about the important things. Has not mentioned the Save America Act one time, by the way. Weird how that happened, isn't it? Isn't it odd that he doesn't feel like he wants to mention that shit at all when it's possibly one of the most existential problems in our entire nation? I don't know. It's almost like we are literally getting invaded by Sneakos, empowered by Hassans, and they are electing Mamdanis. And there's really nothing we can do about it because the Republicans feel the need to do the Spider-Man meme where everyone's pointing at each other, playing a game of Who's the Jew, trying to figure out exactly what the issue is and who is being paid by which foreign government. The truth is, it's absolutely insane, but the Patriot walks alone. We alone, with morons to our left and with demons to our right, we will destroy, and we will remove the aliens, purge the aliens from our midst. The aliens will be purged in fire. Purge the Xenos, break the unbelievers, end the heretics, and it'll be glorious, and it'll happen. American Empire, Trump 2028. Let's go, boys. Now, one of the most hilarious F around and find out situations on the internet is going on right now, and we have to talk about it because it went very viral, and I am very happy about all of it. So I was actually called out by this. A lot of people were very upset at me. And I'm going to be doubling down on everything to make it clear, all right? I will not be apologizing. In fact, I will be going even harder. That's right. That's what happens when you get upset at me. You give me ammo. Yeah, it's very fun. So, Dean Withers, very well known for calling Trump a pedophile.
Holy shit. You have to see this. Trump was just called a pedophile president by a guest on Fox News. And in response, the hosts rushed to quickly end the segment.
Wow, Dean.
Yeah, so Dean Withers is a guy that's been going around calling Donald Trump a rapist pedophile for a very long time. This is the thing that he has been doing forever. He is like, they call him like the leftist Charlie Kirk. He goes on like the Jubilee debates. He's gay. And he's going out there, you know, always calling Trump a rapist and stuff like that, even though Trump was not convicted of rape. Calls Trump a pedophile, even though there's no evidence that Trump is a pedophile. You know, stuff like that. Slanders people all the time. Well, let's just say he got a taste of his own medicine. All right, Dean Withers is currently crashing out because he got rape allegations from a bunch of little children, little kids, allegedly. Ooh.
Proven wrong. I do agree with you, but I'm just saying it hasn't been proven wrong.
I absolutely okay.
To me,
So
it
somebody,
hasn't been proven wrong.
I proved it wrong by showing that the DMs were fake. Fuck you.
And listen, it can
No.
be fake.
No. Did I show? Shut up.
It's life, Dean.
Did I show that
Music
the
to my
DMs were
ears.
fake?
Give me a little anxiety, Pen, all right?
Answer the question. Yes, I am. I am getting loud. I am getting upset. You are accusing a victim of domestic violence of raping somebody.
No. We're not. No one is accusing you of raping somebody. We're just believing the victim. So I personally believe that you're a rapist. It's what you would do. Right? Out of respect for Dean Withers, I will be thinking that Dean Withers is a rapist, pedophile. I just think so. You can't control what I think. That's what Candace Owens taught me. You can't control what I think. You can't control what I think, guys, and I'm going to believe all the victims because that's what you would do. Yeah, oof. It really sucks when that happens, doesn't it? Oof.
After I've proven that they're completely fake. All right,
Right?
Bro, you think your evidence is going to change my opinion? My opinion doesn't need evidence. Grab your anxiety pen, Bubba. It's going to be good.
Because you're on the receiving end.
Oh, he muted the guy.
keep running for the truth.
Dude made an entire career calling people rapists. So I actually got a lot of comments of people, because I mentioned this briefly in a previous video. I got a lot of comments of people saying, Nux, why would you stoop down to his level? Why would you say this? I actually feel bad for him. I actually don't feel bad for him. This dude is part of the movement that weaponizes false allegations to ruin people's lives. I do not feel bad for him at all. In fact, I believe the victim. I just believe the victim, actually.
Why would you do this, Dave?
Listen, we get to debate Trump right now.
All right, just because Rapefluencer over here doesn't actually think that he's a rapist, that doesn't mean I have to think that King Rape isn't actually involved in this shit. Again, I'm not making any allegations here. I don't actually know what happened, but you can't control what I believe, and I believe the victims.
Why would you do that? Why would you say that shit, bro?
Listen, just listen. Just go hit your anxiety pen and we can
Why
debate
would you
Trump.
say that?
So you're getting...
Oh, he's so sad. He's so sad. It really
Trying
sucks.
your best, guys.
Man, getting false allegations against you really sucks, doesn't it? Wow. Man, I don't even feel a little bad for him. Absolute cinema.
They're trying their best, bro. They're really trying their best.
W. Cortisol spiking. Cortisol through the roof. He's bothered.
Fuck, dude.
Is he gonna cry?
God, man.
Wow. Allegations could ruin your life. Oh, no! Leftist Charlie Kirk is literally just a gay crybaby. Estrogen peaking. Someone get him a soy latte immediately. Immediately! This makes me smile. Now, people say that, Nux, this is very, very thoughtless of you. Obviously, two wrongs don't make a right. Now, I don't support anyone making false allegations against him. I don't support anyone propagating lies, slandering him, or anything like that. I don't support that. But I believe them because women don't lie. Right? Dean Withers? Now, anyway, it keeps getting even better. So, full meltdown mode, like, people are having a lot of fun. Years of streaming about Trump being a pedophile, saying that, oh, Trump eats children in the pedophile Epstein files. And now, oh my God, false allegations ruin his life.
Ask you a question. You work with kids. How do you feel about Donald Trump admitting
Wait for it.
to sexually exploiting naked women and kids on Howard Stern's radio show in 2005?
You sure?
Yeah, that clip was a joke. He also never said that he did that, obviously, but that's how the left operates. The left operate through lies and deceit. They don't actually have anything.
Sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
And being credibly accused in the Epstein files.
Credibly accused. First of all, that's not true. There was no credible accusation, which is why I don't believe that Donald Trump did anything, because there's no proof of it. However, there are allegations against you, and I will hold you to the standard that you hold other people. I think that's fair and appropriate. And if you are someone that is going to be spending your time creating a system that destroys people's lives, destroys them based on false allegations, I am going to very much smile when the shoe is on the other head.
Of doing things
And
to
you're accused too, so what does that have to do with anything?
There it is.
What?
Why would you say that?
You're getting...
No, there it is. That's it. That's it. Sorry, ho's mad. Ho's mad, I guess. What do you want me to say? Really sucks, I guess. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Again, you can, I love this because for the rest of time, when this dude does one of his debate me bros and calls Trump an alleged pedophile, the response will be, you're an alleged pedophile. And what's he going to say? No, I'm not. He was. There were allegations that he's a pedophile. Are they credible? Are they not? I don't know. I personally believe victims, and you can't force me to believe or not believe who I want to believe, obviously. But Dean Withers decided to make an entire post. MAGA, you owe me an apology because MAGA people are calling me a rapist, and I'm not a rapist. Now, I personally do believe he's a rapist. I'm not saying that he is. It's just what I believe, and I can't control what I believe, obviously. It's what Dean would say. It's what Dean would say. So the truth of the matter is, I am enjoying this so much, actually. In fact, Dean raped me in 2002. It was pretty wild and stormy that night. But again, and I think we should believe all victims. That was a joke. That was a joke. But Dean actually has a zodiac sign, which very much implies that he might be a kitty diddler. I personally don't believe in that at all, but I'm just saying for the people that do, it's a little weird. Again, allegedly, of course. So Dean cannot accept his own standards. He doesn't like living in a world where he is dehumanized. He spends his entire career dehumanizing people on the right. It really sucks when it comes around and hits him in the ass. Man, that's brutal. That's brutal. Listen, I didn't call him Dean the Diddler, all right? I didn't call him King Rape. I didn't call him Professor Rapefluencer. I didn't call him any of those things. But I've seen other people do it. And I don't support it. Unless it's true. Which I think it is. But that's just my thoughts. I'm not accusing him of anything, to be clear. Anyway, so this is his apology. I mean, not apology. This is his addressing the allegations, and it's very funny because he missed the entire point.
This is the most serious video I've ever made. A Trump supporter.
So he made it in a TikTok format.
Stole the identity of an innocent 13-year-old girl to falsely accuse me of rape with supporting evidence of poorly botched fake DMs in an attempt to illegitimately deplatform me. In response, the 13-year-old whose identity was stolen made a video calling out the false
Don't support that.
And anybody
I don't support any false accusations, but how do I know if they're false?
These lies using her photos, stating that she's been getting harassed and bombarded with messages. An innocent 13-year-old girl. As we speak...
Again, you were accused of abusing these kids, so, like, you know.
Not all, but millions of Republicans across the internet have continued...
This is very funny. I love how he totally missed the point. He thinks that Republicans actually think he's a rapist because they just believe the allegations, which, of course, we all do. But the funny thing is, this is exactly what a guilty guy would say, actually. I'm an armchair psychologist, and I think that he's very shady here, isn't he?
To knowingly peddle this false allegation and could what only be described as an attempt to get me killed or to get
the left, which collectively celebrates when right-wing people get injured, is terrified that people are gonna get them killed. Bro, we are all laughing at you, brother. Every single person that's talking about this is laughing about you and using your own structured system of ruining people's lives against you. No one's actually threatening you. No one's trying to kill you. All right, co-parter. And then he shows some examples, I think, later in this video, which are very funny.
Me to myself, leading to the police calling me, informing me of a bomb threat.
Obviously,
and continued visceral harassment.
Obviously, that's fucked up. I don't know if it's true. I don't believe any of this, to be honest. I don't believe any of this. I mean, maybe. I need evidence.
Harassment of the innocent little girl who had her identity stolen. Let's unpack this.
First
and foremost, this TikTok account, under the name of Emily, accused me of rape. They posted this fake DM to prove their allegation.
It looks like a real DM to me. Why does he say it's a fake DM? This looks like a real DM.
The account posted 2 screenshots of the same faked DMs, for the purpose being that in the second screenshot, they're scrolled further down the page to also include my response. We know that they're fake because in the first screenshot above their message, there is an included date and time.
I don't know. I think I still believe them.
The second screenshot above that same message, there is not an included date and time. The only explanation for this inconsistency is that the screenshots are fake. The account also...
Again, with all due respect, Dean, that doesn't mean I shouldn't just believe the victim. Okay? You are making it harder for victims to come forward now because you're proving them false. Again, Donald Trump is not accused of anything in the Epstein files, credible whatsoever, and he has been going on how Donald Trump is a pedophile for years. I just want to make that clear.
Also claimed to be a young girl, posting many photos such as these to make their allegations seem more believable. This girl is not accusing me of rape. She had her identity stolen by this account. She made a video to clear this up.
So tonight, I was looking through my TikTok comments and I find some comments saying that someone's impersonating me.
Sounds like he's victim blaming.
To accuse someone Dean Withers of sexual assault. This was the picture someone put in my TikTok comments, and this was the picture I posted on Instagram. Same with here, this was posted in July, and now I find this 4 days ago on TikTok. On this photo, you can see there's a little scribble at the top of the screen. This is because, as you can see in the next photo, that's where the lyrics were in my Instagram photo. After finding out about this, I made a video tagging her saying that it's not me, and she ended up blocking my main account. I'm now getting multiple DMs and comments about this whole situation, And I want
Maybe.
to make this to let you guys know that I'm not involved in any of this. And
Who
I don't
knows?
make any of these videos.
Maybe.
Even in light of the fact that this
Dean Withers could have literally paid her off. He's literally a millionaire. He could have paid her off to lie. How do I know that that's not the case? There's no evidence that he didn't pay her off to lie. Just to make this clear, by the way.
This allegation is obviously fake, not only hurting me.
Did he force her to make that false statement? I don't know. Again, that sounded forced. She sounded a little forced. Again, I don't want to I don't want to cause any hatred to go anywhere. Just to be clear, I don't want any hate or anything. But didn't he say that Donald Trump was silencing people with his money? Wasn't that like one of his major things about Donald Trump? When people said, why didn't other people come forward? And he said, well, Donald Trump could have silenced people with his money. Interesting. There's no evidence for that, but it's pretty weird.
As the victim of them, but also the innocent little girl whose identity was stolen to make
Weird.
them, many Trump supporters haven't cared. MAGA influencers like the older millennial Asmongold and thousands of others have continued
All right, you ready?
to peddle these false allegations.
All right, let's see the examples of peddling the false allegations.
Trump supporters haven't cared. MAGA influencers like the older millennial Asmongold.
No, we actually did care. We enjoyed it a lot.
Gold and thousands.
All right, so let's see the examples. Can't believe you did that to Emily, you animal. He said he can't believe it. What do you mean? Like, I don't understand what you're saying here. He's literally saying in this very post that he can't believe you did it. Okay? He's not saying you did it. He's saying he can't believe you did it. Weird. Next.
MAGA influencers like the older millennial Asmongold and thousands.
All right. Leftist influencer Dean Withers was holding back tears after being accused of grape. He crashed out on stream. Literally true. I don't understand. This is literally just true. What do you mean? Is he not allowed to talk about literally the truth? You were holding back tears, and you were accused of rape. I don't understand. This is literally true. I love how his examples of how MAGA influencers were treating him badly are literally examples of MAGA influencers being honest. I don't understand. You literally were accused. Okay, weird. Interesting. Weird. Next.
Thousands of others have continued to peddle these.
All right. You're not allowed to rape people. Dean Withers making a funny face. This is again, this isn't saying you actually did anything. What do you mean? It doesn't say you did anything. This is what we call in the business a meme. Now, the joke is that you were accused of rape and you believe allegations without evidence. That's the joke. And following through on your logic, that would make you a rapist according to your structure, which makes this meme very funny. I love how we cut off the likes on it because this obviously got like tens of thousands of likes.
Allegations across social media.
And he also mentioned Asmongold. Let's see Asmongold's. All right, this is going to be good. This is Asmongold's post about it. W. All right, so this is Dean Withers crying and bitching like a little whiny brat bitch. And this is Asmongold's response. I would feel bad, but Dean and people like him have spent years intentionally misrepresenting and misunderstanding things. I hate to say it, but I'm actually glad this is happening. Leftists are finally facing the same reputation destruction they used to control the discourse for years. Where is he pushing false allegations against you? He's literally just saying he doesn't feel bad for you because you're a stinky man, because you're a stinky. That's all he said. And I agree with him. He's not pushing false allegations. So this is the most cry-bully, leftoid bitch rant I've ever seen in my life. You, sir, have not labeled a single person that pushed false allegations. Even I didn't say it. You know what I said? All I said was something along the lines of, Dean would believe these allegations against himself. So, of course, I would support the victims in this regard. Like, again, every single person absolutely loves this shit because this is the structure you developed and it's destroying you. And then he doesn't learn his lesson. He goes online and he cries about how MAGA's mean to him for laughing that you are facing the consequences of your own actions.
So hard to the point that for the last 48 hours straight, this has been a top news story on Twitter.
W. Hilarious. Poetic justice.
Amassing over 50,000 posts.
Good.
Of mostly Republicans calling me a rapist.
No, I did not see a single example of a Republican calling you a rapist. You showed a lot of examples of Republicans saying you were accused of rape, which is true. You saw examples of people saying that they can't believe you raped, which is, I guess, they can't believe it. Are you going to control what they believe? All right, I saw some memes. All right, you mentioned Asmongold, where Asmongold said he's happy that it's happening to you. Again, I didn't see a single Republican calling you a rapist. Man, I didn't see bro, if I say I believe the victims, can you control me what I believe? This is your delusion, Dean. Are you actually a rapist, Dean? Like, you have to come clean here. Like, I understand that these allegations you're saying are fake, but But are you actually just hiding that you are a rapist? I don't know. I'll leave that question to the people in chat. Now, anyway, let's see what the normies are saying about this.
Massive date for the unemployed. The Dean Withers files just dropped, and oh boy, this started a storm. Just in, White Dudes for Harris co-founder and DNC TikTok darling Dean Withers is being accused of sexual assault by multiple men who claim he took advantage of them when they were underage.
Oh my!
Don't know who this dude is? Lucky you. Basically, he's one of these political commentators who's best known for getting Charlie Kirked.
Welcome into Sport Trump.
We are Charlie Kirk.
Pretty impressive vocals, but those are now 2 bands back to back.
Are you going to tell me that yet another male feminist turns out to be a pervert? Believe victims.
Again, this is not even someone accusing him of rape. This is a question. Are we not allowed to ask questions now, leftoids?
Pokemade.
Again, I have zero sympathy for any of these people. All of these people have accused Donald Trump of being a rapist with no evidence. I'm sorry. He is not a rapist that we know of. I'm just saying.
Feel
so
bad.
It is very funny watching this shit hit the fan.
But Dean and people like him have spent years intentionally misrepresenting and misunderstanding things. I hate to say it, but I'm actually glad this is happening. Leftists are finally facing the same reputation destruction they used to control discourse for years. And then Asmongold's Frogan. So we believing victims this time at Dean.
That's
Dean
right.
Withers faces unverified
right.
assault claims from a fake account. Withers calls the accusation baseless, tracing them to a fake Emily profile that stole photos from an Australian minor who has disavowed the posts, and the account vanished after scrutiny. Right-wing Twitter has decided to peddle a false allegation.
Again, I didn't see anyone peddling it. I just saw a lot of people very happy that it happened to you.
It's me all over the timeline, and he posts a video of the girl's explanation,
saying that someone's impersonating me and using my photos to accuse someone, Dean Withers, of assault. This was the picture someone put in my TikTok comments, and this was the picture I posted on Instagram. Same with here, this was posted in July, and now I find this 4 days ago.
This doesn't even, it's terrible, and I think a lot of people were willing to overlook this fact because they don't like Dean Withers. But
Wrong! WestJet doesn't understand the intricacies of political discourse. Dean Withers is a absolute dipshit that has been pushing fake allegations against people a long time, just believing the victims when it suited his political agenda. So it's not that people were overlooking the bad parts of this story. It's people that were absolutely salivating over the fact that literally the consequences of his own actions caught up to him. Sorry, I disagree with this take completely.
The reason
every single person laughing at him and saying they believe victims, every single one of them is utterly justified. That's right. Now one step back, baby. The left needs to be destroyed. If you are going to develop, you literally, with your rhetoric and your ideology, you have placed the power in the hands of any woman to destroy you. You understand this? Dean Withers, single-handedly, is giving ammunition to people to kill men with their words. And oops, he got hit in the crossfire. That sucks, I guess.
A lot of people were rejoicing over this because Dean Withers allegedly has accused other people without any evidence himself.
That's right.
Asmongold's Frogan again. Out of respect for Dean, we should believe all victims without evidence, as this is
By the way, he literally stole this line from me.
Exactly what he tells us to do.
And I don't mind at all. I love when Tectone steals my lines to harass leftists. It's my favorite thing.
Kids, how do you feel about Donald Trump admitting to exploiting naked women and kids on Howard Stern's radio show in 2005, and being credibly accused in the Epstein files of doing things
and you're accused too, so what does that have to do?
Based.
What? Why would you say that?
He was like really defeated over
like, dude was so happy to say Donald Trump is allegedly is rapist, incredibly accused. No evidence to any of it. He was not convicted of rape. He's more than happy to peddle allegations that way. And then when he gets annihilated in like literally in 2 seconds, yes, it's funny as fuck.
For this, he was tearing up. He was sad, man. Like I kind of feel bad for the kid.
I don't feel bad for him. Consequences of his own actions. That's right, baby.
I'd say if I had empathy, because holy moly, I don't care.
Okay, because guess what? It's not a f***ing vape. It's an anxiety pin.
Again, this kid's a clown, but this is too far. That doesn't even really need to be
Is it?
said.
From you guys to please report any videos you see with my pictures in it, and please note that I am a minor
Yeah, obviously that part's fucked up. I don't think that no one should be harassing minors or posting other like kids' photos and shit. But again, I believe the victims personally.
I gave nobody permission to use my photos online for these situations.
And of course, in true TikTok brain fashion, he made a response in the short form content. So let's give it a watch.
This is the most serious video I've ever made.
Yeah, I already watched this. And then he cries, and then he's sad, and then he's a bitch.
To illegitimately deplatform me.
Again, I'm not even American. I don't care. Left wing, right wing, they're both on the same bird.
That's right.
Of
It's
your
the
politics,
Jews.
everybody can agree that using a real miner in this case is terrible and cringe.
As we speak, not all, but millions of...
I do not support anyone making false allegations of anybody else. I do not support harassing minors or using minors' images, but I do believe the victims. All of them. Especially the ones that were allegedly raped by Dean Withers. It's what Dean would do.
Republicans across the internet have continued to knowingly peddle this false allegation and could what only be described as an attempt to get me or to get me to self, leading to the police calling me, informing me of a bomb threat.
Maybe.
Yo, this escalated quickly.
I don't believe him, actually. He seems like the kind of guy that I wouldn't believe him.
Jesus. The internet is making this dude out to be the boy who cried wolf because now they're like, damn, Dean, now you know how these allegations feel and how life-ruining they can be.
Let's unpack this. First and foremost, this TikTok account under the name of Emily, the second and fake
screenshots and shit.
Them, but alters.
Yeah, I already saw.
Accusing me of saying you did it. The screenshot of my post specifically says you were accused, which you were. Also, blocking out the word and we have chat screenshots of you used to drop the N-word. Hilarious.
Oh, damn.
Brother.
Amassing over 50,000 posts of mostly Republicans calling me a racist. For those, some even on the right, that have made videos condemning these false allegations, thank you. You know who you are.
He needs to take a hit of that anxiety pen, dude. Stop. Dean is guilty. Believe the woman no matter what. Dean will.
Again, none of these posts are calling him a rapist. All of these posts are basically celebrating the fact that his hypocrisy caught up to him. That's what's going on. Tectone just finished inside of Dean Withers.
Like, you might not like what this guy says, but like contacting his local police force is very cringe.
Yeah, I don't support false allegations. I don't support contacting his local police force, but I absolutely believe all the victims. I think he's a rapist. I mean, I don't know. But I'm just saying what I think. I'm allowed to think. Am I not allowed to think? I'm not accusing him of anything. I have no evidence of it, but I'm allowed to think.
Hey, I'm getting transferred over to the officer right now.
It's an old Chinese saying, you know, two wrongs don't make a white.
Damn.
Wait, you don't like fake allegations now? Okay, do calling Trump a p***ile. Welcome to Karma, Dean. It's not about me. It's about you guys fully endorsing stealing the identity of a minor.
No one's endorsing that! Dude, the left literally just cannot engage in conversation. Right? Leftist discourse is just them pretending to not understand things. It literally happens every single time. It is about you. It's 100% about you.
Peddle false allegations against an influential man. She's been getting harassed and attacked in the name of your war of payback on the left. Even though he's sort of dodging the guy's question, he does have a point. And albeit, while I haven't seen anybody endorsing the behavior of the dude who made that, and again,
checkmate, it's over. I didn't see a single person endorsing harassing a minor. I didn't see a single person endorsing killing Dean Withers for this. I didn't see a single person endorsing slandering. I just saw people that believe victims. I'm just seeing a lot of people respecting victims. That's all I'm seeing. I'm seeing the right being incredibly accepting towards victims' allegations.
And that's the thing. I feel like it doesn't need to be said. I think everyone's on the same page that a dude who's literally stealing...
It's because he's trying to make himself the victim when he's not. Right? Dean Withers is making himself the victim of false allegations and a witch hunt on the internet when that didn't happen. You know who it did happen to? Right-wing creators that get false witch hunted and get death threats and get harassed. I didn't see any death threats, by the way, against Dean Withers. Maybe they happened. I didn't see any. But he's the victim, and he's not the victim in all this. Literally. The fact that this is happening to him is from his own doing.
The identity of a minor to peddle false allegations is a piece of shit. Like, this isn't a mystery. And again, people like Asmongold aren't endorsing this behavior. They're just saying, Dean, you're known to obfuscate things. Get f***. Dean gets emotional after arguing with someone about the allegations.
Wrong. I proved it wrong by showing that the DMs were fake. F*** you.
I still believe them.
And listen, it can
No,
be
no,
fake.
no, no, no,
Listen,
no, no,
if
no.
it never
Did I
goes to
show?
court, then it's
Did
fake,
I
and then you
show?
move on.
Did I
It's life,
show?
It's life.
Shut up.
It's life, Dean.
Did I show that the DMs were
Give me
fake?
a little anxiety pen, all right?
Answer the question. Yes, I am. I am getting loud.
Anxiety pen comments are crazy.
In telling me that I vape, Cody, I need you to hear me when I say this.
I didn't say that.
I don't vape. You
Well,
are
hit that pen.
you are accusing a victim of domestic violence of somebody after I've proven that they're
Yeah, you're a
completely
victim.
fake. All right, bro.
Right? You're a victim because you're on the receiving end.
Like onions, there are layers to this.
Yeah, keep running from the truth.
Why would you do this? Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yo, you me, bro.
Yo, it says that Dean Withers is a Virgo. Holy shit.
All right, that's it for this. That's it for the night. Peace, love, goodbye.
Why are we still here?
Virgos are virgin girls or little girls potentially. That's a little concerning, actually. Holy shit.
Just to suffer.
Dean Withers having a false sexual assault allegation made against him does not mean that you should not believe victims moving forward.
The left is still doing it. Oh my god. Oh, you didn't learn your lesson, young man? Okay, we can do this again.
The Believe All Victims movement does not mean that you have to believe people who are clearly lying.
No, I disagree. I think you should believe people, especially if they're clearly... What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Again, this is TikTok cuckoo land.
No, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love that this happened. I love that this happened. It just destroyed him completely.
The real world, it's innocent until proven guilty. And while you should believe victims, as in, take allegations seriously, but you should also at the same time support a fair investigation and don't abandon all reasoning, context, and evidence.
They're trying their best, guys. They're trying their best, bro. They're really.
I'm not like, dude. I'm just doing this like as a side hustle. You're not a main character here. You are literally filler.
They're really trying their best.
He really thinks he's important. Everyone's just laughing at this guy. No one's trying, bro. We're all just sitting here watching you destroy yourself with your own actions. Oh.
He is clearly visibly bothered by this, and
Yep. W.
He's essentially feeding the trolls, which is
Yep. Happy to be here.
Why they're gonna keep pushing. Story time. Back in the day, someone on Twitter accused me of They said that I'm a landlord and I'm exploiting my tenant for and all I said was, news to me, I'm a landlord. Maybe I'm straight up a sociopath, but the allegations are so obviously fake, I doubt anybody who watches this dude took them seriously and changed.
I did, bro. Let's just say I wouldn't believe them if they were against someone I like, but I would believe them if they're against someone I don't like, if you understand what I'm saying. And that's because Dean Withers is a Virgo. Listen, I'm just saying, if he wasn't a if he was like a Pisces or some shit, fish don't rape. We're okay. But he's a Virgo, dude. Holy shit.
Their opinion on him. Like, he was better off just saying,
you got me.
Subscribe if you hit your anxiety pen every
Bro, absolute cinema. What a fucking ride. I love this situation. It couldn't have happened to a better guy, honestly. I just absolutely love how for the rest of time, every time this dude tries to like get people with a gotcha, you voted for Trump, so you support rape because Donald Trump, Epstein files. It's like, bro, you were an alleged rapist yourself, sir. The allegations were fake. That doesn't mean that they weren't allegations. I don't know. I just believe victims. I'm not here to make decisions. I'm just here to support victims. I'm a good guy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe. Support your boy. Fully demonetized on YouTube and fully shadow banned. 85% of my viewers are subscribers. If you're not subscribed, you're probably not even getting my videos in your feed. So, and if you are, then mazel tov. Congratulations. You should subscribe. You're probably not getting the next one. If you are new here and you want to support me on Patreon or on Kick where I stream or on Rumble where I stream, that would be awesome and very appreciated. I do all of those things, again, fully demonetized on YouTube because the YouTube unfortunately dislikes the fact that I'm very cool and awesome and don't like rape. I'm against rape, which is why I believe victims that accuse leftists. Exclusively. No, I'm joking. Obviously, this is all comedy and jokes and stuff. Rape is not to be joked about at all, ever. Unless it's very funny, in which case, you know, every once in a while you gotta... what I'm trying to say is I'm a better, reformed, good man that YouTube is going to look at in a new light moving forward, probably, and monetize at some point. So if you could support me on all the things and all the platforms, that would be dope. I just uploaded a new Adventure Time over there. We're doing deep dives on Islam over there. It's pretty beautiful. And realistically... I upload 3-4 videos a week on Patreon for the Patriots. So thank you so much for the support everywhere. Couldn't do this without you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.